All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speed Gaming Live 2020 as we bring to you the first of 3 games to present the winners or the championship of the Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament. I am Adirondack Rick, being joined by F. Coughlin, and tonight, all 3 games being played by these 3 runners, well, at least 2 of the 3, if necessary.
It's going to be a fantastic one. These 2 runners have, fought through incredibly tough groups, made it all the way through brackets here, and this is going to be absolutely a beautiful set of races to watch here. This is going to be a ton of fun.
You know the interesting thing about this race, Fred?
Well, I mean, right now it's 0-0.
Though that too, but it's the Battle of the Trogdors.
That is true. Very good point. Got slightly different colors here, but I don't know. You got the grayish, maybe the sky blue versus the straight green. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one's going to bring more power. Oh, it's tough to mess with the consummate V's.
All right. Well, we're about ready to begin this thing. So, over the course of the next 3 to 4 hours, we're going to take you on a ride to find out who's going to win the lion's share of the prize pool here for the Zelda 1 Randomizer. We are just about to begin for these runners. They're waiting for the go signal. What are you looking forward to, Fred?
Well, I mean, again, I'm looking at both of these runners here. You've got jkoper, who has been a steadfast player pretty much since the beginning of Zelda Randomizer, has been through everything.
And we are underway, and we've got ourselves an actual generous start here, Fred.
Yeah, this is a good start area. I mean, the goal when we're first starting here, we want to get swords, and ideally maybe find the Armos item, because there is one item hidden under an Armos, not on this screen apparently, but you don't know which one it's going to be on. And we don't, again, there's usually an item there. It's probably a heart container under these flags, but you never know if you're going to get something that's, even stronger. But they also want to try to find a sword or weapon. And there's a lot of open caves here near the vanilla start location with a pretty good large secret. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's underneath the normal amount of 100 rupees. It's shuffled anywhere between 50 and 100, so 94 is something that you will always accept.
Yes, absolutely. And so what the runners are doing, you see them both go over to the vanilla level 3 location. The reason we're doing this is that it is a random overworld. There's 4 possible options. It could be first quest overworld, second quest overworld, or mixed overworld, which has some caves from first and some caves from second. And by going to check the level 3 screen, they can rule out whether or not it's a second quest overworld. They saw the vanilla shade, the vanilla room there where level 3 normally would be. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be either first quest or mixed. We'll find out more as they continue to explore.
Yeah, we're also seeing that the Grave Armos is not going to be where the item is as well. So it's over on the east side of Hyrule. And Fury is heading over here to the bottom left corner. So if there was something good over here, advantage for him, it does turn out that all 3 of our secrets are below their normal amounts. 27 for the mid secret, 8 for the low secret, and 94 for the top
Actually, I think it was a 37. So they may have actually gotten a little bit of a benefit there, unless I misread that. I
thought it said 27, but it may have been 37. We ended up having.
I'll take a look at it. I was going to say it flipped a little quickly there. All the door, any roads are taking us to Western Hyrule pretty much. So the runners are going to have to run their way over to the east side.
All right, chat is confirming to us that it is 37. One of the power bracelet spots is out of play, and also that what we call the forgotten spot is also out of play now too. We see Fury trying to clip his way into the power bracelet spot, and that's perfectly done there. And that's right there where you see Fury is what we call the forgotten spot, because it's one of those places that is nasty to get to.
Yeah,
especially without a ladder.
Exactly. Most often, that feels like that's one of the spots that, especially if you don't have a ladder. Oh, that's a great item to find under there.
Yeah. Now, why is that important, Fred?
Well, that is the magical key. We often refer to in the Zelda randomized community as the any key, thanks to Homer Simpson. And generally, the reason that becomes important is when the dungeon shapes are shuffled, there can be lots of locked doors present. Technically, the randomizer doesn't guarantee any key logic, because there's a key shop somewhere, at least on the overworld, that's accessible without any items. And if you kill enough enemies, you can earn enough money to be able to purchase keys if you have to. So finding that magical key is great for them for dungeon exploration. They're not going to be key locked at any point here around any of the dungeons.
That's also going to be a very great find over here in the top right corner. This is what we call a take any, because you can take one of those three things. You see the candle, which is not normally available in one of those spots. And they're going to go ahead and do that because we have yet to see the candle shop, and we just found the sword.
Oh, that's a great find up here. I mean, especially with where it was. A good kill there by Fury. Apparently the P-hats are very easy to kill, and just with only one heart, he had to be really careful there. So he's going to love finding this sword.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to be a problem here is the fact that it's going to take him on that 1 on the kill counter, whereas jkoper was still on 0, so therefore he can get the bomb chance, which gets him into a level 1.
Oh, that's a good discovery. Now, I mean, I don't think, Fury will come back over here pretty quickly. Yeah. This is an area that you try not to abandon, especially with it being so far from where you're starting. But got some good enemies here. Yeah. Those blue moblins are dying very quickly here.
Oh, absolutely.
That's supposed to be these gels. Max 4 hit points. Wow.
So these HPs for the enemies are going to be plus or minus 4. And as we're finding out that the gels are getting the good aspect, Fury getting the bad aspect of the Gria, so he could not actually get into that level 5. And now let's talk about something. We've mentioned it in a few of these broadcasts during the SG Live flag set. What's with that level 1? Why is it touching the top?
Well, in the new version of Zelda Randomizer, we made a couple of changes to the algorithms, and one of the things that I was able to do as part of the changes to the algorithm was make it so that way you did not have to have the map on the bottom row.
Fury, why are you buying a key with an any key?
Force to have it there. I mean, I've seen people do that before. We guarantee we've confirmed with that burning there that we are on Mixed Quest Overworld. Fury attempted to burn what is normally the 100 secret there in the Dead Woods, and it didn't burn.
Unless he's trying to meme us with that particular rupee count, but all right, well, getting back to level 1. So there's going to be 3 items in here. We do have the Heart Shuffle turned on.
So typically normally you would see at least one of the items be down somewhere on the bottom, but changed up the algorithm in the latest version. So that way we don't have to actually have a dungeon layered down all the way to the bottom anymore. So in this case, we get the lovely present of dungeons getting shapes like this. We'll see some further changes later on when we get to levels 7 through 9 as well. You'll see some more interesting changes there.
Gonna have you talk for just a moment while I'm taking care of one little thing here.
No worries. So we've got right now jkoper's going through discovering a dig dogger, which is actually a really annoying little discovery there because dig dogger requires having the recorder to get the thing, and now jkoper, having found a heart in the floor or in a staircase, is looking for 2 items on the floor, and that dig dogger could be blocking one of those 2. Let's see. Oh, nice bomb force there by jkoper. He was able to force a bomb off of the rope. There's one of their items being the heart container on the floor, but jkoper had been trying to build a count up there. And jkoper has a lot of experience in the vanilla game, having run a lot of different categories, including several swordless categories, so bomb forces come very naturally for him. And we found the second item there. That is the wand. So jkoper is now done in level 1. The wand is a great find for him. It allows him to basically strike things with the wand as if it's white sword damage, so twice as much damage. And of course, as I said, with the fact that jkoper's played swordless, he's very familiar with the using the wand as his primary weapon. Fury discovering level 9 there as well. Taking a heart refill there. Let's see where level 9 exactly was. It was at vanilla start. Okay, so that's a place that jkoper will find here pretty soon. jkoper actually finding level 4 now out in the forest there as well. The latter is, in fact, the white sword item that was just seen a minute ago there. The white sword item requires having anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts here in Randomizer. So in that case, Fury didn't have enough hearts to be able to check on it, but can potentially head back there when he gets to either 4. Oh, never mind, 6 hearts. Apparently, I missaw who saw it. So jkoper found it with 5, and was unable to pick it up. So we'll have to get 6 to get that ladder, and that ladder is very important. It's not technically always required,
but it's always convenient.
Yeah, and it's generally very highly probable with the number of river rooms that exist.
Mm-hmm. So jkoper finishing off this room to find out that block does not push, and that ink block for level 4, isn't that a Monopoly piece?
I mean, I'm looking at a tank here. I don't remember a tank. So I guess maybe the shoe. Is the shoe still a piece? I'm trying to remember. I remember they actually they took one of them and retired one of the pieces. I didn't remember which one it was.
Well, we did find where the staircase here in this level 4 is, and it is the raft, which may or may not be required.
Yep, the raft is the like the little forgotten stepchild among the items. There are only 2 items that are blocked, or 2 dungeon locations that are blocked by raft, but either of those 2 could easily end up holding a level, and so that can be a really important thing there.
And you are noticing, by the way, and the recorder is also level 4 as well.
That is a really solid level 4. jkoper coming out to a very good, item lead here in the early going. Fury is going to be has actually been making his way along on the exploration side in the overworld. So it's actually an interesting balance. It'll be interesting to see how, as the seed progresses, they're going to be able to, which one will get more of an advantage out of this.
I think at this point, jkoper has a little bit of an advantage by the fact that 5 hearts, he's the one who found the white sword item, right?
Yeah, so therefore, he definitely has an advantage from that perspective, a little bit of advantage that way. But as I said, the overworld exploration piece is really useful because, once Fury gets going, I actually had one of these races that came up recently. Oh gosh, those blue dark nuts are really tanky. I think that's like
what, 5 wands? Or 6
yeah, more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they turn out really strong. But one of the advantages that you get, with doing this overworld exploration right now, jkoper will be able to be a bit more efficient because he's going to have that recorder, so he can hit some of the recorder spots maybe here in the desert. But by clearing things out here as Fury buys some bombs, you can, at that point, then it's just a case of, okay, now that you know where everything is, you start picking stuff up and you can steamroll, get to all the dungeons, and get there quickly. Fury finding level 6 here as jkoper finds the lovely compass, which is 1 room away.
Oh.
So lucky he has that wand right now, because that allows him to clear that. And
accidentally get himself into the bomb hole right there, but he is going to go ahead and claim his second Triforce while Fury begins to explore this level 6. And he's about to find out just how nasty these gels are.
jkoper taking an early Triforce lead here, 2-0. But again, we still have a lot more to go here as we're exploring.
Yeah, I just want to go over the goals for the people who may not be familiar with Zelda 1 Randomizer. The goal for this is to get the 8 Triforce pieces to get into level 9. And then we do need to defeat Ganon in order to save the princess. That's the end goal, is to save Princess Zelda. You need 2 items guaranteed. Oh my god, that level 6. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But there are 2 items guaranteed that you need to beat the game on every seed where Ganon is required.
And you need to get the bow, which conveniently could be used to kill that lovely Goma sitting right there in front of jkoper. You also need to potentially get the silver arrow, which you can use to deliver the death blow to Ganon. You also would need a sword. Both runners have that. You can actually kill Ganon even with the wooden sword. That's not one of the things you normally think of when you're playing the game. You're like, oh my gosh, I need that magical sword to actually be able to damage him. But no, you can use the wooden sword and do 15 stabs as opposed to the 4 that the magical sword requires.
Absolutely. And it's not like, for example, how in Link to the Past, you can use sword spins in order to kill Ganon. There's no way of getting around it here in Zelda 1 Randomizer. You do need to have the silver arrows in order to defeat Ganon. So getting back to these maps here, that level 6, that's a man waving. Isn't that the character from the Pink Panther cartoons?
Maybe. I just saw like a big letter B, but Maybe my brain's just not looking too hard at those. I mean, I'm looking at the T-Rex over there in level 5. That's
Oh my god.
an
That's
interesting
Ridley.
one.
That's Ridley.
That's Ridley. Yes, I will give you that. That is absolutely Ridley. And so, interesting there for level 5. You notice there's that one room near the tail. If you look at it from that perspective, that is on its own. So there will be an extra set of staircases here in level 5 to connect to that. So it'll actually be 2 as opposed to 1.
We just learned something about this level 5. The Triforce, unless there's a transport staircase on this upper section, is going to be ladder blocked.
Well, that's at 95% or whatever that we were just talking about with these levels here. jkoper trying to get a kill, clipping into the water really nicely here, so that way he can try to hit this Dark Nut. The Dark, normally you wouldn't be able to hit across the river here. Oh, sorry, Fury. I'm getting my sides.
Yeah.
Fury,
the Trogdors are going to cause us some trouble.
Just a little bit, yep. Oh, wow, yep, and there's the river there. Yes, this is absolutely going to require a transport stair or going to require getting up to 6 hearts to that ladder.
There we find the use of the recorder to get ourselves under the water here. And that's where the magical sword is, and we can definitely not grab that at 5 hearts. You need to have 10 to 14 hearts in order to wield the magical sword.
Agreed. So, with these runners...
Oh, shoot.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is a annoying discovery. Let's put it that way.
So it looks like both the Triforces and level 5 and 6 are going to be ladder blocked.
Yeah, so that's going to make things a little bit interesting here. I mean, again, jkoper having that advantage, knowing where the ladder is. So at this point, it's just going to be a case of hopefully getting over there. Fury trying to see if there's an alternate path in this level to get down to that Triforce while he's in here. It's going to be tough as with the fact that you have all these gels, these strong gels.
Ooh,
but
this could be a staircase room. It is not.
And jkoper getting that ladder now with the 6 hearts there. So jkoper now has access to the coast, and that's where he's running right away. He also has the raft, so he's actually going to be able to route this really well. Going to be able to come in here, check out the raft spot, and then head down to grab the whatever it is that's sitting on the coast.
So, answering a question in chat, or at least posing the question to you from chat, asking about the bosses being the same. This uses a flag set that does shuffle the bosses, and the boss groups as well.
Yeah, so what that means is normally in the vanilla game, you would normally see, if you think about your level 7, you have Digdogger, Dodongo, and Aquamentus all there, and they could normally be all together. Oh, that's a great find on the coast, too, assuming that jkoper can survive this without... There he goes.
Got it.
That was tough there with the Zora possibly showing up. But normally Aquamentus, Digdogger, and Dodongo are a group. Gleeok, Goma, and Manhandla are a group, and Patra ends up being its own group normally with Zelda and Ganon. But thanks to the randomizer, we've managed to shuffle those up so that way now Patras could end up in the same dungeon as an Aquamentus, let's say, and so you really can get those weird. Hi. Of course, we timed that just about perfectly in terms of this.
All right, so a couple of developments here. First of all, Fury, you see that the Trogdor has changed colors.
That is an absolutely color that, normally you hate seeing red. You think that's the color of death. In this case, it's going to be death to essentially the other enemies, because Trogdor here is now going to be able to fight through pretty much anything in his way. He has the red ring, which quadruples defense. Very strong item.
Yeah, it's a really, really great weapon to have. As jkoper goes into this level 5, he is going to be able to finish this as Fury gets his first Triforce out of level 6. That red ring is a very good find, because sometimes these runs can be defined or decided by who takes the fewest amount of deaths.
Completely agreed, especially in this randomizer. There can be times where you run into rooms. I mean, this room's not as bad that jkoper's going through now with because now he has white sword and the ladder, so he can maneuver around the room a little bit easier. But those orange wizrobes can potentially hit you for 4 hearts, and since this is a wizrobe dungeon, that means there could be blue wizrobes in here, which will be 2 hearts at a pop, but move all around and are completely evil and difficult to fight. So this is absolutely one of those cases where having that could be a very important advantage. having that white sword, or, having the red ring there to be able to tank some of the hits and not die. So right now you've actually got an interesting case of offense versus defense with two incredibly skilled players.
So Fury's about to get the knowledge that the white sword is going to be ladder blocked. He does not know about the ladder just yet, but he's making his way in that direction.
Nice job there, Fury, knowing his counts. Of course, then he discovers bombs in a shop, but Fury knew his counts. He knew that he had a chance there, and he specifically tried not to kill certain enemies so he could drop a bomb dropper there and get a force bomb there.
jkoper finding the transport staircase in this level 5, but has opted to not take it at this point. Wanted to check the other staircase just in case it was something. But the reason why you see him not wanting to take the staircase is because of what you mentioned earlier about that one-off room over in the far right.
Yeah, because you don't know where it's going to end you up, and you also don't know what's going to end up there. If jkoper, for example, had ended up in a room that had a Goma in it, he could get trapped there and get sent back to the beginning of the level and forced up A, especially with the fact that he has full health right now. So he's not going to want to do that. We have Fury picking up heart number 5 there. He is in the forest. He's going to run into a couple of levels here. He's 1 heart away. We know he needs 6 for that magical, or not magical sword, for the magical ladder. We'll call it that.
Magical ladder.
He's going to hopefully pick up the 1 more heart before he gets to that, and then he won't even have to revisit. He can just come back and do that. I don't remember if there was a nice heart in here or not.
There's not.
Of course not. That's right. This is...
Oh, that's a nice find there in 5.
Oh, that's a great find. I think that was actually on the way.
Yes,
so that's going to be nice for both of these runners because they don't have to search level 9 for that bow. For the silvers. The bow is guaranteed to not be in level 9 on this flag set. Ooh, actually, that's an interesting development there, though. I was saying that, and now we see a staircase, which we know is a transport staircase there right next to the Triforce. If that one staircase in the the claw of the T-Rex here, we'll use that term for lack of better terminology. If that one in his claw there ends up being the the staircase that takes you to that spiral, it's possible for Fury to actually miss that. We'll have to see what happens here. That could be an interesting development. jkoper taking a 3-1 Triforce lead here in the early going here, able to finish off level 5 there and collect that Triforce. Fury, clearing out the hearts and now coming into this room to finish off these lovely, easy to kill Dark Nuts. So the red ones rolled high. These, the blue ones rolled high. These red ones rolling very low.
jkoper in this level 6 as Fury gets the raft out of level 4. And just as a reminder, if you look down the middle of your screen, you can see where the items that these runners have obtained and where they have discovered them to be. The old man that you see, that is the white sword item. The statue, that is the Armos item. The other numbers correspond to the levels that they have found them in.
This is absolutely a great place. So we now have Fury, I believe, that grabbing that recorder there. So now at this point, again, we know in almost every level, there's only 2 items. There's 1 item in the stair, 1 item in the floor. A couple of the levels have a little bit of difference there, but pretty much that's the standard in both cases. There, jkoper grabbing that lovely red ring as well. So, both of our runners now have that super strong defense. And actually, jkoper getting a very lucky path through this level, except for the unfortunately timed clock there, which would have meant that he couldn't kill the Dark Nut that was on the side there. But jkoper's path here is going to actually be very nice in terms of being able to quickly get to the Triforce here.
This could turn out to be what we call a jet seed, but we define a jet seed as something that just goes really super fast. We've seen a handful of sub-hour seeds under this flag set. This could very well be one of them if jkoper makes the right decisions here. He finds the bow real soon.
I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to the bow, because if you don't have the bow, then you're going to start, having to figure out exactly, you need that bow. Without a question, you need the bow to beat the game at this point. So there's a number of things that we could potentially try to go for in terms of doing this. jkoper is aborting after getting that the floor item there, did not see a stair item. We'll be coming back later on. And this is where one of those cases where if the bow ends up there, that could go either way. I personally would probably do, considering that level 6 is the largest of the levels between 1 and 6 size-wise, it's probably a good play, especially with the recorder. You can always come back later on, but there's always that debate. Do you push on, try to find new levels? Do you stay in a level and try to full clear it so you'd never have to come back? Not gamble? It can be a tough call.
And this is one of those cases where you like to have a strategy, and it involves that item about halfway down that both runners found, and that was on the B button for Fury for just a moment there, the recorder. If you have the recorder, it gives you better incentive to come back later.
Absolutely. If you have that recorder, then once you have the Triforce, all you have to do is exit and re-enter the dungeon. It works out really nicely. I tend to roll with that because I know when I'm playing typically that's the way to go about to doing that. I tend to find it, I take the risk, but I've been bitten in the butt on that as well. So it goes both ways when it comes to that.
And there, jkoper with the Triforces now out of 1, 4, 5, and 6. You need 8 of them to get an entry into level number 9, but we haven't found all of our levels just yet, but we have all the tools to get those, to find every single square on this map.
Agreed. There's a number of spots that are blocked by the recorder, especially with mixed quest and second quest overworlds. There's a number of spots that are blocked by, there's 2 spots blocked by the raft. There's 2 spots on the overworld blocked by the ladder. I wish I had thought of that a little bit earlier, a couple of nights ago, but that, regardless of which, they're definitely there, and even though they're rarely seem to be dungeons, they can occasionally be dungeons. There's also, I think, 7 spots that are power bracelet blocked potentially. So,
and Chad is making a very interesting note here. One of the biggest things that have been helping jkoper out is the fact that he got into level 1 earlier. And that wand, because of the fact that it's a long distance item, has been helping him a lot as we find level 2 recorder blocked.
Oh yeah, so that's a great find. Both of them finding that level 4 early is absolutely great. This lovely bomb upgrade here, jkoper can't take advantage of at the moment, but he'll actually keep that in the back of his mind. That's really close.
Yeah, but right now he needs a half-off sale, and that's not one of those things that you have in this flag sale, although you have done Blue Light Special as one of the new features in Randomizer.
Yes, there is a timed events item that allows for changing effects to happen throughout Hyrule, and the Blue Light Special or Fire Sale, I think, is how we officially are calling it now, because I realized that certain that Kmart,
a certain corporation,
yes, certain corporation may not really be as much as well known as it used to be, but
and they might need some money.
Binder details might need a little bit of that. But yeah, okay, so actually we have both items already. jkoper is going to be able to blitz this level because he was able to find that red candle really quickly and then grab the heart container. He's got both items here. Yeah. You can just go straight to the Triforce, and he just realized that.
Level 2 looks like a kangaroo.
I can see that. I was stuck on cookies myself, but it's a little bit too dilapidated of a C.
That's not good enough for me.
Oh, that's a little troll room. So actually, with that discovery, we do know that Fury will find the silvers, because Fury could not bomb into that little top room at the mouth of the T-Rex there, and because of that, that room has to be a staircase of its own. So Fury will be able to get to directly down as he's going to the Triforce. He'll pass through the room with the silvers.
But he needs to get the ladder first, and he's still a heart short, and he hasn't even seen the ladder yet.
Yeah, he'll be seeing that pretty shortly here. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's here at like the Armos. As jkoper
it's at the Armos Ether too, yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to see that one next, and I think when he goes and he explores, he's about to go into level 1 here with his single bomb, because that's the one level that he
He needs
that's
that.
the first. Well, it's the first spot he's going to hit. The first spot he's going to hit here, and he'll use that bomb because you don't know what's exactly going to happen here. So I think he'll use the bomb on that one spot. He'll find level 1, and then with level 1, he'll get the heart out of the floor. Actually, no, he's changed. He's going a different way here. And he's going to try to force a bomb or maybe purchase bombs. I think there was a bomb shop back at the coast. So
yeah, right at the coast shop.
And that works out for him. I think it also gives him a chance. I don't remember. I know he has the raft now. So he's going to be able to check. He's checking out that recorder screen. He'll be able to check out the raft screen and then flute along. Oh, maybe this one wasn't a bomb shop, but he's able to kill a couple. There's a couple of the orange Koreas here.
I think this one was.
Okay, well, yeah.
Maybe he's just trying to take his chances with the bomb chances at this point.
Yep, there we go. All right, so that means he will definitely find level 1 here reasonably soon. He'll check out the raft spot and then he'll screen scroll through into the forest again to hit that last spot, and then he'll discover the ladder. He's short, but then he'll go into level 1 hopefully, and there is a heart there in level 1 that will get him to 6.
So this is kind of funny, by the way. That's unfortunate for Furious. He's going to get pushed back onto the ramp, but this is kind of funny. The fact that one of the people who was commentating last year at SG Live 2019, they're right here on stage in the championship, and the person who was in the championship last year is here commentating with me.
Yeah, actually, and the really interesting about that too is jkoper last year was I was the one who knocked him out last year in the semifinals. He made it all the way to the semifinals in our tournament last year, and then he and I played.
I'm sorry.
Fury is not happy with that. Not happy there. He'll be happy once he's done here in level 1.
Yeah.
He'll be happy with that then, but...
Getting back to last year.
Yeah, no, jkoper was able to fight last year really strongly through the field, got to... he and I had a strong slugfest there, and then this year jkoper has taken over into the finals here. I've been playing incredibly strongly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's a threat in any tournament that he plays in with Zelda Randomizer. So, he's proven it time and time again.
Let's go ahead and talk about how both of these runners got to this point. Last night, both of these runners ended up winning their semifinals. Fury ended up winning over Bogey in a 3-game set there, 2-1. Fury also won his round 1 match against the wild card Homer J Smash. jkoper in the semifinals ended up defeating Eat My Steel, and in the first round fended off Fried Teeth. Now, the first round was a single match, best of 1, but the semifinals and the finals here are best of 3. FurySK coming out of Group A together with Sausage Link, Duke Firebird, and Mad Bomber. And jkoper was the participant in Group F, and that was the group of death with Random Effect, Antlers, and Elsoa.
Absolutely. That was a killer group. There are a few groups, when groups first got announced. I know, I was participating, so obviously I was, a little bit interested in general. And I looked at the groups, and that Group F was the one group I looked at and was, wincing in pain, seeing just how strong of a group that was. You had, 4 players who, any 4 of them, honestly, could be here in the championship. And then jkoper was able to, fight through that group, not just win the group, but win it with a 3-0. So it was an incredibly strong performance there by jkoper to get to this point.
And if you want somebody to blame for how these groups got laid out, well, they currently have a sword badge right now in the chat. Their name is Crimson Affix. His Wheel of Death really was the Wheel of Death for those 4.
Oh, agreed. But Fury there, I was going to say, Fury ended up actually being the number 1 seed overall for the tourney based on his play in the group phase there. And, as I said, it's been incredibly strong, not just here, but in all of the other, any other tournament that he's been in. He has been, a top finisher, top 2, top 3, typically.
Absolutely.
Very strong player. And Fury now has his 6th heart now. He's trying to finish clearing out the level so he can go find his wand. I believe the wand's the only piece that he hasn't gotten to yet. And then he'll be exiting. He'll make an immediate turn straight south to be able to go grab the ladder.
Absolutely. And answering the question in chat, in the horse show room, what we call reverse C, the middle block, and this is the way it works for all push blocks. It's always the middle block of the room on the far left.
Yeah, it was kind of something that they did, I think, when they were, as a design choice, I'm guessing, by the team. First of all, it was easier to code for them to be able to do that, but also it was in general, it just makes the life simpler. So when you were learning some of the rules of the game, that was kind of one of those rules that would get developed over time. I think they had also envisioned, 10th enemy has the bomb being something that people would understand, but that took 20-something years before we all were finally able to figure out what that meant.
Yeah.
That cryptic hint from the old game.
So what does that hint mean?
So what that hint's supposed to tell everyone here, as jkoper now finds the power bracelet here in level 3.
So that was not the power bracelet in 5 then.
I wonder if it was a heart or something. I haven't seen jkoper pause enough to see if there was anything else on his radar there. But jkoper here about to now grab this Triforce.
Yep.
But what that hint basically was meant to do was, of course we were all supposed to understand this. What it meant was, normally if you kill 10 enemies in a row without getting damaged by an enemy, you would go and the 10th enemy would drop 5 rupees. But if you kill that enemy with a bomb specifically, the 10th one, then instead of getting 5 rupees, you get a bomb.
By the way, we are 34 minutes in, and we already have 6 Triforce pieces for jkoper. However, we have yet to find where levels 7 and 8 are. Those are the only 2 levels that he's missing.
This is going to be interesting. Again, it's a really strong start. jkoper has gotten a fantastic order as he finds 7.
There's 7.
Yep, so he's only got 1 more to go here. Fury is going to start cleaning up here, I think, especially with the fact that Fury has cleared out a lot of the overworld. jkoper is in a section of the overworld Fury hasn't gotten to yet. Yeah. So if he keeps going and he finds level 8, that could end up just still being a tremendous advantage there as jkoper drinks a potion.
And you saw the reaction on the camera.
Yeah.
Whoops. And you knew that he drank the potion when you saw it turn from red to blue.
Yeah, every single runner who has played this game, if you have a potion, especially if you're playing with Select Swap, every one of us has at some point, switched over to something thinking we were at the wand and turned out to be the potion. And
yep.
It's something that happens. It's painful, but
yep.
It's something you don't have to worry so much about in the vanilla game because you don't have to select swap there.
Mm-hmm. And what we mean by select swap, it's the same equivalent as if you were watching Link to the Past Randomizer, how they're using quick swap, where you use the R and L buttons. Instead, here it's the select button, and you go through the 8 menu items here in Zelda 1. Yeah,
unfortunately, the NES controller is limited on the number of buttons that it has access to. So we are kind of stuck with, quote unquote, with using a button like the select button to be able to do that.
By the way, going down to a single wand hit is nice here for these red dark nuts.
Yeah, these red dark nuts rolled low. I think it may have even been 1 hit point, because I think that even with the wood sword, I think they were having luck on that side. So that's definitely been absolutely fantastic for these runners here in terms of being able to get through, kill those enemies. Red dark nuts can be deceptively evil.
They can be. And Fury is on his way to discovering the silver arrows in just a moment.
Silver arrows are needed, obviously, but
yep,
they're a nice find, especially in some cases where you sit here and you wonder, well, do I get that wood? Do I buy wood arrows because I might not have the money for it? And this seed looks like money's not an issue, but sometimes you're debating whether or not to buy those arrows. Here, you don't have to worry about it. And then as soon as you find the bow, you're going to have a ton of firepower with these weights, with these silvers. But you're still seeing
level 7, plays. By the way. Level 7 looks like the imps from Doom.
See, I never actually played Doom, so I might be able to see that, but again, I'm not as familiar with them. I still think it's like a runner running. You just, well, I guess it would be more. Yeah, I feel like it's more like it's just a runner, like running, like crouched down, ready to start a race. Is where I'm seeing.
I can see that too. So one thing to note about this level 7. That's a fantastic room. One thing to note about this 7. Now, one of the things that you mentioned earlier is about the change in the map algorithm. 7 is not the inverse of level 8 anymore.
Correct. So originally, oh man, a lot of oh shoot being mentioned as you're running through this level here. But normally in the past, as Rick was mentioning, levels 1 through 6 always share an 8x16 grid. That's still the case. But in level 7, 8, and 9, the way it used to work was level 9 had its own 8x8 grid, and level 7 and 8 shared an 8x8 grid. So oftentimes you could actually kind of get a glimpse into what the map could be by essentially, imagining the black spots filling in. That's not the case anymore with the new algorithm change for shapes. We're able to make it so that way level 7, 8, and 9 all share an 8x16 grid, which means that the level shapes end up being a bit more interesting than they were in the past.
Ooh, that's a nasty room that Fury found himself into, and that too, if he didn't have the any key, would have been nasty as well.
Yeah,
but we got the any key.
-5 keys. That's -5 keys is a painful one to come across.
And that's the maximum that you can get. And jkoper's going to be blocked from getting to the bottom portion of this level 7 because he does not have any bombs for that Dodonga room. There's only one way you can kill them.
Well,
and you need to have bombs.
Exactly. This is going to get him the 7th Triforce. Again, well, it would be a nice thing here, except for the fact that he doesn't have bombs. Oh, I guess he's going to try to go back and see if he can get there from the bottom, maybe. I don't know if there was an open door down here that he could have.
Okay, so that's where we started. Okay, so there's...
Oh, but he needs bombs, yeah. He needs bombs to get any further down there.
There's 3 rooms he's trapped from.
And so he's going to come back later. Yeah, he has the recorder. He can come back later on at any time. I'll be interested to see here. The one thing that's going to happen here, actually, that screen could be good. This screen has a bunch of the blue moblins, but he is recording. He's going away.
That's interesting for somebody who doesn't have any bombs.
Well, I think in his case, he's going to be...
Going back into 2.
Bomb upgrade.
Oh, right, yes.
And he's now got a ton of money, so he's just coming back in here. He kept that in his back pocket, so that way he knew as soon as he had the money, this was even better than trying to find bombs, so this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Great play.
It's going to be +4 on the bomb upgrade.
And not, again, it's a little bit expensive for the standard +4, but absolutely worth it in this scenario. The main question is going to be, where is this bow? I mean, almost by process of elimination at this point, I think we know. Well, we don't even know it for certain because there's still a couple of outstanding items here.
Yeah.
And jkoper, we're going back into 7. Man, this is a very... He's going very thorough. I guess he doesn't have that many rooms left, so...
He must be thinking that he's only 41 minutes in, and he's got 7 out of 8 Triforce pieces, so he's feeling probably really comfortable.
Yeah, now here's the question, and here's the tough debate. He just discovered that he can't bomb out of that old man room, which means he has to take a staircase, which takes him up right under the 7, and then come all the way back down. Do you do that now, or do you come back later?
He's going for it.
As I said, it's an interesting debate because there's definitely something to be said potentially for coming in here and going to find 8 on the overworld. 8 has 3 items in it. So you can, again, and it's like one of those things, like, I'm not sure which way I would do. As you said, it's 41 minutes in. You're flying. But it depends, I think, on where this level 8 is. And actually, well, it really depends on is where does the bow end up being. That's really the question it's going to be.
Well, if you're checking the places here along the river, did not find it over there.
Yeah, because, again, it's going to come down. It might be on Death Mountain. It could be potentially under another key item here. If it's under something, then you might see... And again, it really comes down to where 8 ends up being. If the nice advantage jkoper would have here is if he finds his bow in 7, then it hasn't been that much time he's had, because there's only a couple of rooms left, so he hasn't really had to do like a lot of combat in here. So this is actually probably still a nice scenario. And if he gets the bow, then level
That's not
9 or
a big
8, it'd be that was a beautiful kill. And of course now this bomb's a surprise in the room.
Yeah, we got ourselves a... Nope, that's not going to be it because of the shutter door.
Yeah, he's looking for that staircase there, so it's probably got to be... Oh, actually, it's probably... What is this going to be? Actually, it's a spiral. I was expecting it to be a corridor.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That's why I would block on the right, but let's see what we get here. And we get a heart container.
And jkoper has no interest in that here because of the fact that I'm guessing so far out of the way is the magical sword. And really, the magical sword is only a half or double your offense upgrade at this point that would really only be needed for Ganon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, they might make a couple like white wizard rooms easier, or maybe even the blue dark nuts if you have to fight them. But honestly, if you've got a red ring and you've got, the white sword, that pretty much almost any top tier Zelda runner will be able to cruise through, be able to fly through most of the rooms that way.
A lot of top tier runners will take the red ring, and that begins tank mode.
Absolutely, that's the best possible thing. You just basically eat every single bit of offense there from the enemies, and you just, there's nothing to do there. You're just going to be sitting there pretty and eating it all. The jkoper's found it. So this is going to be... Now, the question is, what's in here, and does Fury end up diving a different level and finding the bow there? Because that's really what this is going to come down to. If the bow is in here, jkoper is in fantastic position.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if this turns out to be the staircase right here, it turns out not to push.
Yep. So again, there's 3 items in level 8. Level 8 has 2 items in it, 2 staircases with vanilla items naturally, plus the one for the spot for the heart container. So there'll be 3 items that are in this level that they're going to be looking for. jkoper are going to be, hunting for staircases. Oh gosh, and it's a wizrobe dungeon. It's a
wizrobe dungeon with a red ring. And jkoper getting a fairy to spawn here, which is nice on the 4 count.
Yeah, you need to, again, if you are in a dungeon like this with wizrobes, even with that red ring, these dungeons are scary having wizrobes, because wizrobes, I mean, they may only do half a heart damage, but their movement, if you're a pro player, like both of these runners are, you can at least understand the pattern that the wizrobes go, and it makes it a little bit easier to handle them, but still, even then, it can be you can go very quickly, even with the ring, from 4 or 5 hearts down to 1 with nothing.
You want to still be kind of careful. Yeah, there's tank mode, but you know what you can tank. And wizrobes, blue wizrobes, you don't sit there and be right in front of their wizrobe beams.
So, again, they both these runners know exactly what to do in terms of taking out these different enemies and stuff. jkoper hunting for anything here. Basically trying to find a way to get through here.
He's trying to find a bomb wall at this point.
Yeah, I mean, right now at this point, it looks like this is one of those cases with a star of the dungeon that just doesn't have a lot to give. Might clip across here, again, with the fact that you're never actually required to clip. There will always be a path through this game that does not require clipping, but clipping can definitely make life a lot easier for some of these runners, just like sequence breaking in Link to the Past, or really any of the other games that are out there.
Yeah, there's logic attached to these games that don't force you into this kind of stuff.
Exactly. So if you're a beginner interested in doing this stuff, you don't have to use in Zelda Randomizer a single glitch in order to be able to beat the game. There are ones that you can learn that will potentially make life a bit easier, but you're never required to do anything aside from just, stuff that you could do without, under quote-unquote normal glitchless rules.
Block clip your way past Tagoma, well, that staircase may not be a bow then.
Yeah, there'll be no chance that that's a bow. And jkoper finding a compass here in E, he's still going to keep exploring, it looks like, because he needs to find that bow.
And we know that, as you mentioned earlier, that the bow cannot be in level 9.
Right, you can't have bow, you can't have raft, you can't have recorder, power bracelet, or the ladder. Basically, anything that could potentially block you from either overworld or dungeon exploration. They cannot be in there in level 9. Okay, that takes one of the items here out of level 8.
And in Swordless mode, which is one of the modes that is accessible here in Randomizer, one of the modes that is available to runners, the wand can't be a 9 either.
Also true, yes, because you do need the wand to be able to kill Gleeok, so in Swordless that won't be there. There is a flag if someone wants to take an extra challenge that allows you to potentially have required items be in level 9. That was actually... Oh boy, that's a fun room here for jkoper. Wow, great bombing by jkoper to get the Triforce too. That was some amazing combat there.
Blue Wizrobe's going down easily is one of those nicest things that can happen when you have a plus or minus 4 HP. Now, watch after this game we get 15 HP Blue Wizrobes. No, it can't be that. 14 HP Blue Wizrobes.
Oh, agreed. 14 Blue Wizrobes will be nasty. I almost hope you guys everyone out there gets to see it in the next game, but... jkoper going back in again, as we were saying. This is probably his best shot out of all the dungeons to find the bow. So he's going to look in here, try to find that. Yeah, Fury is hot on the trail. Fury is heading to where he's about to find level 7. It'll be interesting to see if he's dig 7. If 7 has the bow, that's going to be Fury's best shot to come back here, essentially. If he digs it and gets both of the items out of there. Actually, 7 had both hearts. It won't even be there. It's right now. It's either in 3 on the floor, possibly 5 on the floor. Although that may have been a heart container. I know we weren't sure what that was, or possibly 6 in a stair.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely. Or whatever jkoper happens to find in here. So Fury is starting to explore here. We got jkoper continuing to explore. Again, that clock is ticking here. You know, again, we know the level 9 will be... I mean, again, it'll be an interesting shape, hopefully. But level 9 is going to be a hunt for Ganon, hunt for Zelda affair here. We won't have to add an added piece in there of go find those silvers. So
absolutely.
Because that can change the complexion of a race considerably. It changes a lot what you do in level 9 when you don't have that there. I mean, I know runners who will still take staircases all the time. I know runners who will voluntarily choose not to take stairs unless they have the silver, or rather not the silvers, unless they some runners will take the stairs, some runners won't. They'll only take stairs as absolute last resorts. It still can change it a bit too. I've seen runners do it both ways, I guess, in when they're still hunting for the princess or for Ganon here.
Absolutely. Now, for the nearly 1,000 people that are watching us here on SpeedGaming, this is game number 1 of a best of 3, the Zelda 1 Randomizer Championship between jkoper and FurySK. We are hunting down for the bow. We know that it can't be in level 9, so that's why jkoper is making sure that he gets the items out of these first 8 dungeons first. And apparently the book is in level 10, Fred.
Oh shoot, I've got to go fix that. Oh, I hate it when I get those out of the bounds errors. jkoper has exited level 8. Going back now to check some of the earlier dungeons there. Level 6 specifically. Well, 6 is probably actually one of the easier dungeons at the moment for him to search. Level 6 has is I think the only other real dungeon that has an outstanding staircase item at this point that isn't level 8. So, and he has the map for this dungeon. So it ends up being a easier dungeon for him to search. We already know that this room doesn't have it, but basically, he can search rooms and rooms like this one here. Aside, he has to clear this room because of the shutter door, but other than that, he can run through most of these rooms. So this is actually, in his case, a quicker search than normal, especially having this map. Like this room again, because it has a shutter, the push block would open the shutter doors instead of opening instead of revealing a staircase, so he can just keep going And Fury, on the other hand, is pushing his way through level 7. Hiding on the ladder is the best possible strategy in the world if you've got a ladder in a blue Dark Knight room. They just tank things. And if you notice, you see the wand beam sometimes and the sword going.
Yep.
For those who haven't seen it before, you can hit the buttons at the same time and basically
There's
double
the
hit.
bow.
And there's the bow in level 6.
So this is looking really good for jkoper in game number 1 of this best of 3.
jkoper can now go straight to level 9 and try to see if he can figure out where the princess will be.
jkoper trying to get to level 1, because I think that was... No, it's not level 1. Level 2, which is the closest to where level 9 is at the vanilla start. So, as we get into level 9, jkoper is going to be listening for something and looking for something.
Yeah, so jkoper, in level 9, he's going to be looking for Ganon. Now, Ganon, you'll be able to hear Ganon from a room over. So, Ganon, you will be able to hear the roar. When you hear the roar, you know you're one room off. Sometimes it can get masked by other enemies, such as Patras. Did he hear the roar here? He did immediately duck out of that other room. I almost wonder if...
He's all the way towards the right there, and I didn't see any doors.
Yeah, and so the other thing you're looking for is a shutter door, kind of like what you're seeing here. So jkoper was actually going to clear out this room. If the shutter door doesn't open, which it did, then Ganon, then that's where Zelda is. But what you're going to be doing is, if you're looking for Zelda, before you kill Ganon, there'll be a locked door that won't open, even if you kill all the enemies in the room. Then you know where Zelda is. Again, this is another possible room right here. And so after you kill Ganon and you've picked up the Triforce of Power, then that shutter door will open instantly, even if there are still enemies in the room. And that's when you also know that you have found the princess. And so you're also listening for that.
Or you can get the compass.
Yeah, the compass works too. But yeah, just once in a while. That's the easy way. I mean, you still don't know how to get there. There's always a chance that you have to take some very convoluted path that... Okay, fine.
So as you can see, the shutter door right here, the one to the south, is not going to open until jkoper defeats Ganon.
Exactly. So right now, jkoper is now purely on a hunt, trying to find where Ganon is. He'll be listening for that roar. He'll know he's one room off as soon as he hears that roar, and then he will try to go kill. Ganon. Fortunately, it will take with this, I think, 8 hits of the sword in order to be able to kill that. So Fury racing along here right now, trying to find those other items in level 8, hoping that that's the bow. We know it won't be, but hoping that he'll find something there. Plenty of bombs, though. Fury has picked up both bomb upgrades, so he has 16 bombs to his name at this point.
There's the map right there. It was tucked into a Gibdo.
Oh wow, that's a phone with a lot of eyes on this. Almost looks like a smiley face in a way.
Yeah, I know. You remember when
cheekish
level 9s
grin.
where all the Swiss cheese jokes were back before the algorithm changed?
So it's a little bit of a Swiss cheese here.
Pretty much, yeah.
It doesn't always guarantee that way. You can still
Yeah.
get the big level 9s like this. Some of them end up more fun. Hopefully you'll see that maybe in the second seed of the night. Or hopefully the third seed of the night, you'll see it in there too. Because honestly, I'm hoping for a best of 3. I want the full 3 here. Having experienced it last year, it's painful for the runners, but it's absolutely great to watch that type of stuff. So I'm hoping.
Fred, what was painful for you was, and for me too, was being up until 3:30 in the morning.
Minor details, okay, major details. That was a very late night.
How was that train ride home again?
I don't remember any of that train ride home, to be completely honest.
Neither do I. Except for the fact that you and I were on it together.
I'm still not even sure if I remember that bit of it.
Hey, found the magical boomerang.
Magical Boomerang is located in level 9 there, and of course completely ignored by our runners. Fury is furiously, pardon the pun, heading around here trying to go find where level 8 is going to be not over here near the Armos. And the
there's
other
the
item,
number 8 or 9 rather.
lovely red heart there. And that path to the left there is being really tricky here. Okay, there's finally a door, but it seems like it's a very hard path to get over to the left couple of columns there. But jkoper not even considering any stairs here, just trying to move left as quickly as he can without that. And another wall showing up here. He may be forced to take a stair or two.
Ganon had really fortified these walls pretty well.
Fury in level 8 here, as the time's ticking, trying to get what he needs. Oh, there we go. That gets you to the right side.
And I hear a roar.
But we are one room away. So if Ganon's above or below, then jkoper's found the path.
Lights do not go dark in that room. Do they go dark in this room? They do.
Yeah, found Ganon here. 59 minutes in.
Yeah, this is a very, very sick time for Seed as jkoper tries to get him into a stun lock to try to get the 8 white sword hits into him. That's 5, 6, and 7, and 8. There we go, jkoper. Grabbing the Triforce of Power and up into A and 5 rooms away from claiming a 1-0 lead in this finals.
That was a beautiful stun lock there by jkoper there. It took a little bit to get Ganon into position. Ganon can basically, you got a coin flip as to which side Ganon's going to go to, and he went the wrong way on the first one. But jkoper able to take this here, and again, as we were talking about earlier, you're not ever required to do this. There is a path to get to Ganon's room, to get to Zelda's room, without having to do this ladder clip, but, this is just so much faster in this case for jkoper to get there. And coming in from the top is a nice advantage. If it was a shoot room somehow, he'd be able to guarantee still being able to get to Zelda.
And with that, jkoper is going to go ahead and claim victory in game number 1. Finishing with a time of 1 hour and 6 minutes. And Fury has seen the finish, and he will concede this first match. I think it came down to level 1. jkoper, with the bomb that he got on the account, allowed him to find level 1. That gave him the wand, and that kind of helped him get a combative edge for quite a while.
Absolutely. That wand gave him, helped him kill, as we saw, those rooms with the dark nuts, those rooms with even the gels. Normally you don't even think of gels because, they just die to even a boomerang. In this case, they had 4 hit points.
Oh, yeah.
And clearing those out quickly, being able to clear out enemies at long range like Gibdos, that was a huge advantage. And jkoper was able to find the rest of the levels in the right order to be able to get the advantages he needed, was able to get that ladder earlier, was able to get that recorder early, which allowed him to leave a couple of dungeons earlier, like level 6 when he found the red ring and got to the Triforce. He said, I'll come back later. He explored, he found level 7 and 8, partially dug level 8, aborted and said, let me go check level 6 first because I just need to find a stair. And there was his bow. So it was a fantastic play there by jkoper to be able to come through and finish that off. A great race.
All right, so who is going to claim this championship? Well, jkoper's 1 game up. Fury needs the next 2. And we'll find out who wins this in just a few minutes. Fred, anything else you want to say about your fantastic randomizer?
I mean, I love seeing, it played with such high level play here, and seeing these runners go. This has been absolutely a blast for me, just seeing the level of play that has been here in this tournament. There were, again, 7 groups when we started. Each of those groups had 4 runners in it. No group was a gimme. Every single group had at least 3 racers, if not 4 racers who were going to be contenders. And, just seeing this stuff's been a lot of fun. jkoper pulling off a fantastic race here. Fury, a phenomenal competitor who has, done a ton of awesome stuff. And in this case, also played this one really strongly, just as we said, did not get that first bomb, didn't get into level 1 early, and ended up, in this case, just hurting him because that ended up being the easiest step to to be able to go from there. But both these runners are fantastic, wonderful to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing race 2 here. Looking forward to hopefully another really strong, fantastic high-level race between these guys. These guys are 2 of the best.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. We've got game number 2 coming up in just a few minutes. I'm going to be joined with Alsoa and Chess Jerk for game number 2. As Fred, you're going to head on over towards the sidelines and be sure to watch this match.
I'm absolutely going to have this one on. This is going to be a great match. As I said, I should be on the edge of my seat for the whole thing. So stay tuned, everyone. Thank you, Rick, for the commentary for this. Thank you again, Speed Gaming Live, for putting this all on. And we will see you all after. We'll see you all for the next race here in a couple of minutes.
And just before we hit the end for this moment here, we're going to also thank Trenton for doing the button pressing for this episode. So Fred, was a lot of fun doing commentary with you, but stay tuned. Game 2 coming up. We're about 10 minutes away from start time for that game, and we'll have it here on Speed Gaming after this. And welcome back to Speed Gaming Live 2020. As we continue on with the Zelda 1 Randomizer Finals, we have game number 2 between jkoper and FurySK. jkoper taking game number 1 in what was just over an hour seed. Now time to flip the tables and see what happens with game number 2. And to join me for the festivities here, we have Alsoa and Chess Jerk. Welcome.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing quite well. I would hope you're doing the same.
Indeed. I am ready to see Game 2 of this series. It should be as phenomenal as Game 1, I'm sure.
You know, I would hope that we see the blue Wizrobes with a little bit more HP. Sometimes it's a bit interesting to see the enemies with higher HP, leading to the runners making different decisions on when they're going to do and not do combat.
So, 14 concerned. Got it.
What's wrong with the blue Wizrobes going down in 2 bombs?
It doesn't feel right.
Because then you just full clear every room as opposed to saying, oh, this room is 14 HP blue Wizrobes. I'm going to not do this.
I always get enough hearts for the magical sword, so they always go down in 2 or 3 hits to me anyway, so I never notice.
Fair enough.
Game has multiple swords.
Oh, I hear. Unless, what's that thing I keep picking up every single time? I'm concerned now.
The red candle.
You mean the hearts that you show up on screen when you picked them up when you were on the restream that one time?
Well, you know what they say. Gotta have heart. All right, that's my 1 for the night. I'm done. I promise.
He's not promising that.
I don't know if I'm...
Oh no, he saw right through me.
Somehow I feel like he's going to try to say that every time a heart is found.
I don't say it every single time. I just say it most times. That's all. All right. My timer on racetime.gg is about at 15 minutes, so we should be starting any moment now. So get ready, everyone, for game number 2 of this series.
Where are we starting?
Well, we started on the middle of the map last time, so obviously we'll be starting in the northeast corner.
I'm going to predict second quest 9.
How about Death Mountain? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. I'm still sticking with northeast corner. I'm not changing my initial thought.
If they start in Zebus, I'm going to have multiple questions, so.
Well,
Like
luckily,
what?
Fred's around, so we can ask him directly.
You know, if we have that happen, I'm pulling him back into this voice call.
I hope it happens now. I want him in here. The more people in here, the better.
Close
Almost.
enough. You Death Mountain guessing people are so correct. Amazing.
So this is not necessarily an easy start screen to get out of.
No, not at all. I mean, it would have been worse if they'd been even further into the northwest corner. At least they have somewhat of a short walk to the semi-open areas.
2 screens of vinyls I have to deal with.
Yeah, that's never fun when you only have 3 hearts to start.
And no boomerang.
And we gotta sing, "Where have all the rupees gone?" I'm gonna say that every single time, too.
You know, I wonder if Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land was a thing at this point, because that would definitely explain where they go.
It sure would. Fury gonna wrap to the other Armo spot here on the west side of the map, see if it treats him any better.
Well, it is a level 5.
It is. And jkoper finds level 4 at Vanilla First Quest 6. How about that?
So now comes Hyrule's favorite question. How far can the runners get before their lack of sword makes it where they can't go any further?
Well, for Fury, it looks like it's 3 rooms. You spoony bard. Oh, you can. The like-likes behaved. You got another room in. That was nice. Oh, look, Fury's got so many options, and he's got a free key. jkoper's got a staircase, though.
With a heart in it.
Hey, Alsoa. Gotta have heart.
He said the line.
I lied.
See, I knew we were going to have more than just one here.
Nailed it.
Fury finds a mugger room that wants a harder keys, but given he's on 3 hearts, if he gives the heart up there, he just goes full zombie link and doesn't actually lose anything.
If they give up hearts, I'll be very sad. Even if they can't actually give up any hearts.
I mean, the mid secret could be actually lower than what it was in game 1.
Apparently so. And apparently we at least got second quest overworld, too, given the push block in the grave.
We should find out pretty quickly from Mr. Fury here if he decides to go to the Vanilla 3 spot, as if it is not the Vanilla level 3, then it is second quest. Elsewise, it is a mixed quest with some amount of money.
That is right, and Fury's going to beat him to it. And there it is. That is a second quest level 3 spot.
Ew. There was a 3 there.
Yeah, the money is seemingly nowhere near as good as it was in the previous seed. Fury also did stumble upon the magical sword cave in the vanilla potion shop right before there. Obviously, 3 hearts nowhere near enough to pick it up, but hey, if they get more heart...
Look, just add a 0 to the end of that. Problem solved.
Problem solved. No problem. And given if it's second quest overworld, then there's only one big secret. And if it ends up being, 60 or so, hopefully we won't have to buy much.
Or even item blocked.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's see what the door repair is this time.
29
Oh, the
down
door
to
repair is
6.
23. Jeez.
And bear in mind, there are 10 of those instead of the normal 9, so there's 230 negative rupees on the overworld this time.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a nice white sword item.
That is a nice one. Obviously can't get it yet, but still. Good to know it's there.
Hey, Koper might be able to. He's got 4 hearts. He's got a 33% chance.
And he should be heading in that direction shortly. So the question is, where's the sword? Obviously, the west side of the map has been a big dud as far as finding a sword.
I'm gonna go bold. And, let me check the flags real quick to make sure I can go this bold.
I'm pretty sure wood sword can be blocked, so you're pretty much free to guess almost any cave you want to.
I'm gonna guess that it is recorder blocked at the recorder spot by start.
Wow. That's bold.
I told you.
I guess
bold.
I'll go with my guess, my first guess of where they started it, and say that the sword is actually in the northeast also. Maybe in the very, very northeast spot.
You know the rude thing about having a start all the way up on Death Mountain?
What's
If
that?
you're Fury, you take a death, that's a long way back to get to where he is now.
That is a long... He hopes he finds a level somewhere so he can up it and get his health back. I'm actually surprised he didn't go to the fairy fountain when he was near the push block spot.
Octoroks played some good defense.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, they were fast around that screen, too. Yeah, that's true. That's when you lose your life trying to save your own life.
There we
Oh,
go.
we found a level. There we go. No problem.
You see, the Hyrulean hospital system is quite great. It's all you have to do is up A and just go back to 3 hearts.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Fortunately, there's only 9 hospitals throughout the entire land. And sometimes they all like to clump together.
Yeah, they should really work on that. No guarantees, though.
Although it does prevent overcrowding.
It's like a gas station next to a gas station next to a gas station.
That just sounds like a standard stop on the interstate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fury's not going to be able to progress much further in this level 1 due to lack of weapon.
I think there was a hole that entered on that appeared on the right-hand side of the first screen, though. Did he actually go that way? I don't know if he saw that.
I want to say that's where the ropes were
Yeah,
that he
I
couldn't
think-
kill.
Was it? Okay.
I think that's where they
I
were.
thought
Yeah.
I thought he only went up.
Well, that's a
Hey.
somewhat stable weapon.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's actually quite good, given he doesn't have a candle yet, so that's going to free him up to take an additional heart to pick up the wand,
which
which cannot pick up 4 hearts.
close, though.
You gotta have more heart.
I like how he barely touched it just to increase the drama. Ooh, did he pick it up? No.
Well, he does find a heart here, so he's probably just going to go right back over and check it.
Could we possibly have 2 seeds in a row with 6 heart white sword items? It couldn't possibly happen that way, could it?
There's only 33% chance per seed. Oh, look at that! It is.
How about 100% chance? Apparently.
So what we're he-
99.9 repeating percent chance.
So what we're hearing is if this goes to a game 3, it's going to be 6 hearts there.
There
too.
we
And
go.
look at this!
Oh wow. Okay, now what are the chances he picks up the wand?
It's going to be the
0.
1 7-heart wand in the game.
Fred, get ready. When he can't pick up the wand here, rewrite the randomizer. Okay, it's working as intended. Phew.
I just like how the game is like, no, you really want this wand. Just a heart on the coast. Runners probably won't go out of their way for that, but they may get it if they do a world map.
If one of those runners gets that heart, I want Chester to go with the gotta have heart again.
I've got it ready.
Thank you.
No problem. I foresee. Okay, here's my next bold prediction: is there's a level on the raft spot on the coast, and somebody will world raft to get there and get the heart in the process. That is my extreme bold prediction for this seed.
Still qualifies.
It does.
Yeah. I'm also waiting for the 5-item chain reaction that we all know is the dream.
Oh, indeed. Especially with Second Quest Overworld, with who knows where Recorder is, going to unlock like 3 different levels, and
Oh. And jkoper's expression on his webcam shows it right there.
yeah, that was a sword right to the side of the face. That's gotta hurt.
Well, I have heard that blocking with your shield is generally more effective than your face, so...
Yeah, although
Gee, I wonder.
big swords don't seem to care about those tiny little shields.
Gee, I wonder where I've heard that before.
Could be anywhere.
this could be some advice that I gave to a certain person in here.
You gave that to Dua?
I mean, it's better than the advice I tried to give him before we started. I would imagine Koper is going to check his Death Mountain spots, maybe take a retry here to get his bombs back.
Yeah, with only a medium secret there, yeah, he'll easily retry that. If that had been a big, like 150 rupee secret, he might have saved it. Actually, no, then he probably still would have retried and then just only gone back to that spot to save 2 bombs.
Probably, yeah. He does find his any roads as Fury's able to get quite far in this level 1 on just the red candle. I do expect Koper will start to go back into levels, though. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's that favorable enemy set.
Yeah, red candle, eat them alive. Ooh, there's a level up here. Level 6. Cave 6, rather.
Not actually a terrible level, just generally kind of big and also sometimes annoying.
And also that wand that he has doesn't do anything against those Wizrobes.
And they're also beefy, because one bomb is not enough. He tried using the wand, though. I applaud the effort.
It's just proving to us that it doesn't work.
Fury is bomb blocked in level 1, so I think he's just going to keep respawning the blue moblins in this room up here until he gets a bomb drop.
A good move. It's a shame there's only 2 of them in the room, though. But it looks like they are 1 HP. Nice.
I don't think this is actually a terrible idea to do, given how low HP they are. And there's a forced fairy drop.
Ooh. That's a rough room with no sword, and just wand and bombs.
jkoper trying to block with his back.
Yeah. Shockingly, it didn't work. And Fury again proving that when you absolutely need a bomb drop, it never happens.
And yet we know that the moment he leaves level 1 to go get bombs somewhere else, the first bomb dropper he kills is going to drop a bomb.
Of course.
Groper's decided he's going to try to take this room out. Does get a bomb drop off of the Wizrobe.
Nice.
And gets the blue Wizrobe on the transfer.
That was a very predictive bomb placement. I know it wasn't intentional, but geez. It's almost like he knew it was going to move that way.
What's that?
Boy, you level 2 to 2Q2 room.
Fury has left level 1, which means he's about to get a bomb drop.
He needs to head back towards start and find all the hearts and get them wand.
jkoper's about to get a clock in this room. Fortunately, the Wizrobes are a little bit more spread than he probably would have liked.
Are we adding up? Oh no, I guess not. I was gonna say, are we adding up the blue Wizrobe HP since they were so low HP last time?
I mean, we'd only know it to within a multiple of 4.
Yeah, but if it's more than, as long as it's just more than 2. If it's more than 3, then then we know we rolled a good number.
Yes.
And by good, I mean not good for them.
We quarter in 3.
Wow, well that was easy.
That's a good find. That ladder block isn't, though.
No.
I did not know the Octoroks had pockets.
Spoilers, they actually don't. It's fake.
Fake pockets? What are these, tight jeans?
Don't ask questions.
Red dart nuts are either 5 or 6 HP.
That's a far cry from where they were in the first seed when they were 1.
To answer the question in chat, no, this seed is not swordless. Neither runner has found the sword yet, and because both runners have alternative permanent weapons, they probably won't be looking for it for a little bit, because they can just dig dungeons anyway.
I don't think they've checked the northeast yet, so my guess is still out there.
So here's the most relevant question of this seed. When the runners are using the red candle, is that just drugged or breathing?
Yes.
Yes.
Burninating.
This might be a nice 3 for Fury if this is the item.
Survey says it's a book.
Well, the book is useful. We never saw it in the first game, so what does it do?
Well, it makes your wand shoot fire, so it gives Strugdor his long-range breath weapon. And as you can see from Fury not having the map before and now having the map, in this flag set, the book is an atlas, so it contains the maps of all of the dungeons pre-filled out by somebody that came here before we did.
AKA Zelda.
You know, if she mapped out all these dungeons ahead of time, I'm kind of surprised she just left the book sitting there. Sometimes the book is in level 9. And then it's kind of...
She had a premonition. She knew she was going to get captured and somebody would need the maps. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
There's our sword.
That's not the
Did I
friendliest
say-
spot for it.
Did I say it was the White Sword Cave, or did I... Oh, wait, I didn't say the White Sword Cave. Never mind.
You said northeast.
I did.
No, hold
That's
on.
kind of in the northeast. That's...
But it's like technically it is in the northern and eastern portions of Hyrule.
It's northeast-ish. And by, yeah, that's a very generous-ish.
You can add an ish to anything and it'll work.
It does. Hey, level 9.
Ish.
Ish.
The vendors can't go in there until like, they get all 8 Triforce pieces, so that is just good information to have, and another stop on the Hyrulean hospital system, but elsewise not really that much use.
It's the ending destination.
Not even getting the letter. Interesting.
Well, he probably figures he's got 1 take any left. He's already got the hearts necessary to get the wand, so probably figures more hearts. If he gets Magic Sword, he gets it, but probably not on high on his priority list.
I guess.
Whereas the free potion of Poor Money Seed is a good thing to have.
This is true. And it's 1 less inventory slot to swap through. So will Fury find something blocked by this recorder is a good question. Don't think he's found anything yet.
He might more be thinking, when am I going to find some bombs?
Yeah, he's still working on that. Doesn't the book count as a biblioteca?
I don't know if Trogdor speaks Spanish, though.
That could be
That
a
is a
problem.
nice large secret, even though it's actually
Hey.
kind of bad.
That is a nice large secret. How fitting for this seed.
So we have learned today that money does not exist.
How does Fury have 115 then?
Magic.
Forced fivers.
Trogdor magic. He burned all his money and that's what's left.
I thought you were going to say he just burned all the trees and turned them into crystals.
That's too obvious.
Was that what causes the crystals in Link to the Past?
Yes.
Sure.
Just applicable use of the fire rod.
Is Trogdor in Link to the Past? I'm curious now.
Let me check the sprites. I'll get back to you.
All right.
You guys
please do.
continue commentating.
All right.
Fury has now found level 9, which surprisingly today looks like a piece of Swiss cheese.
It does. And not too many spaces missing out of it either. Only about 7 or so.
Well, there is that
So-
entire column.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
You'll need to add 8 to whatever number you estimate.
I've already forgotten what the number is, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, somewhere between 1 and 10.
That would qualify as a number.
jkoper getting a bomb drop. That will give him some extra firepower to work with. Fury is still on the hunt.
And it's not like he hasn't killed any bomb-dropping enemies either. Just, they don't like him tonight.
jkoper has found level 7. It is crab infested, and as much as he may want some crab legs, fortunately he needs a bow and arrow to get those crabs killed.
Trogdor is one of the sprites available in Link to the Past Randomizer.
Thank you. I was curious about that. I've never seen anyone use it, though.
I know.
So who's going to be the first volunteer?
Does jkoper play
He definitely
Link
does.
to the Past Randomizer?
He definitely does.
Yeah, so he would be the one to use it, I would think.
Link to the Past Randomizer was one of his several tournaments that he played in this. He played in, he's in Z1R, he was in the Link to the Past Randomizer tournament, he was in the Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer tournament, as well as the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament.
I don't know why I just asked the question that if he was playing in a certain randomizer. He does play like every single one of them, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah, I should have known better than ask that question. Quick, tell Fury there's bombs on the floor in the first room in level 7.
Yeah.
That's the solution to his problem.
No, the solution to his problem is killing him in electrical.
Yeah, but this is easier. I think.
Well, he has to find level 7. He already knows what electrical is. Koper trying to clip into this room, and the Wizards are saying, yeah, no.
You can never get a good block clip to work when you absolutely need it to.
Fury did eventually get a bomb back.
Ah, we knew it. The Moblins finally agreed with him. Wasn't that nice?
Took a little bit of manual encouragement, but you know.
In before he finds a bomb upgrade for cost 125.
No, it'll be 123.
That's 2 on the nose. Or
No.
-1 off the nose.
No, if it was 2 on the nose, it would be 122. jkoper doing some good work on these blue Wizards over here. He's got their numbers down quite significantly. He might look to clear the room. Still does not have a sword, but ran out of bombs on the last one, but it is only 1. Fury gets his Triforce out of level 1. We'll see if he decides to go back in. He does.
So we can confirm that at least the blue Wizards have more than 8 HP, because 2 bombs was not enough. I think 3 was, though.
Which puts him anywhere in the range of 9 to 12, which is pretty reasonable, actually.
Yeah, until 3 isn't enough.
Yeah.
I think that if there were more than 3, he wouldn't have killed all but 1 with just the few bombs he had.
I do like that he went back to pick up that 1 bomb drop and gets his bow for his efforts.
Wow. Excellent. Bow in level 7? That never happens.
That was the last dungeon item he got in the first seed.
Yes, it was.
I believe that is what you call a worthwhile investment of time.
It is.
And a Triforce for killing the last Wizrobe. That's going to put jkoper on the board with 1 Triforce and the bow. Fury finds the power bracelet in level 1 on the floor.
By the way, that was also nice that he got a bomb drop off that last Wizrobe.
Sure was. Almost like it was predetermined.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard getting that predetermined drop is quite difficult sometimes. You have to, like, kill a whole bunch of things in a row without taking a hit, and, well, face tanking sometimes is faster.
Fury fighting the magical boomerang inside of level 1, and, well, we know how Fury feels about the magical boomerang, so he's going to go ahead and pick that up.
I would expect nothing less.
You know, he is still on 3 hearts, so being able to stun Lionels on the overworld is actually not a bad thing here.
Not at all. And we know where all the overworld hearts are. They're all by where the wand is.
Yeah,
you really need to get back to where it starts. Find the heart.
But Fury, those 2 hearts will not be enough. He needs to get a 3rd heart if he wants that wand. Maybe there's one here, though. Let's see. There is.
Hey, guys. Gotta have heart.
I can't slow clap with 1 hand.
You could try.
I mean, I could just use my foot for push to talk. There is a little bit of a difference in the runner's resources right now.
Has Fury even found a key yet? I don't even know if he's found one.
He might have found a single key in this level 1 and immediately spent it to get his heart.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
jkoper's still without a sword, but once you get a wand, sword kind of just becomes a formality to kill Ganon and Wizrobes.
Yeah, as we saw in level 7, he didn't really need that to kill the Wizrobes. Just use your bombs.
Yeah. jkoper's been practicing swordless too much, I think. It's like, sword? What sword?
Hey, swordless is a very valid way to play this game that I think should be supported in all forms.
It is. You know, it's also fun. Power bracelet block level 2.
That
power
looks like
bracelet
shapes
that... Sorry, go
that
ahead.
looks like shapes I've seen in Combat, the that old Atari game.
Oh, yeah.
jkoper is going to continue to explore this level 1. Fury is going to find level 7, and that is
I'm not even going to try to say what that is.
I'm pretty sure that's like a set of drapes, like the left half of a set of drapes. And up at the top is some sort of thing.
Nice block clip there for Fury on 2 hearts.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
Yep. Little does he know that's the Triforce room, which he will not figure out until later.
Yeah, I
Of
don't
course,
think
he has
clears
one
that
bomb
room,
and wood
like-
stored. Yeah, he's not gonna.
I don't think
he's not gonna clear that room anytime soon.
Yeah, he's not clearing that until he gets a compass, or it's the only room left that he has to clear.
by the way,
Yeah.
level 7 to me looks like a rope.
I could see it.
Yeah.
jkoper's gonna opt to kill the moblins. Fury's gonna get manhandled.
Fury cannot buy any luck on getting bomb drops.
It's a shame too, because
Gotta
he
be
has
frustrating.
rupees. jkoper is done with level 1. We'll see if he finds level 2 here. If he does, he'll probably dig it.
I would think
would
you'll find it
expect
because it's not far away.
And there we go.
So Fury didn't spend much time in here. I assume it was key blocked. Yeah, there you go.
Fury finds the key.
I knew he could do it.
And he now knows he has to clear
And
those
the
wizards.
puppets.
Yeah,
And
there's
he's
the
thinking,
choking
oh,
of the
no.
head.
No. Not anything but that room.
That's the one.
I was
neat
more
thing-
amused by just the exasperated exhale of really, it's there.
That's one of the neat things about this SG Live, which required the webcams here for this tournament. Getting to see the reactions.
Yeah.
jkoper is now leaving level 2. I'm guessing he was bomb blocked. Maybe ladder blocked. And there's a bomb shot.
How convenient.
Unfortunately, he has to go all the way around to get back to level 2.
He's going to find a level here shortly, because I believe level 3 was here by the waterfall. Yep.
And if he keeps going, he will find his sword that he'll pick up and be like, okay, I'm going to keep using the wand probably.
And he'll find the recorder to record her back to 1 to get back to 2. What a great thing. Of course, he's got to get through this first, but
Yeah, he's got the
wand
wand.
will make the grade. He's fine.
Yeah.
I
Jerry's
hope he
looking for the
passes on the wood. I hope he passes on the wood sword just for fun. I mean, there's 0 chance it happens, but that'd be hilarious if he did.
Spoiler
I mean, there are
alert.
some runners that would do it.
Spoiler alert: the white sword turns out to be in level 9.
But they have the wanded bombs. I mean, they can get into level 9.
Yeah, spoilers, it's deep in level 9 behind Zelda.
Now that's the real way to do it.
He's amazing.
To answer the question of how do you tell if a room is a room that's going to have a floor item when you kill all the enemies, large amount of practice, memory, and potentially having a reference sheet of which rooms can have drops. And that's a bomb upgrade.
Oh, is it? That is a fantastic bomb upgrade.
That is exactly what jkoper wanted to see, probably.
Oh,
You
indeed.
can't tell, but that's
Yeah.
probably what he wanted to see.
Fury needs to go back to 3 right away and get that. He's got a lot
Yeah.
of money for it.
Fury is going to keep going deeper into the 7, looking for this floor drop. Probably looking for either a white sword or a red ring.
Or silver arrows.
Or all 3.
I don't think you can find all 3 here. Jeez.
No, but you can find at least one of them.
And finds all 3 in one room. That'd be amazing.
Koper gets his book. I expect he'll pick it up, even with his wand, just because the map.
Yeah, the Atlas part is so much more valuable. Although, it being the wand his only reliable weapon, maybe he'd think about it, but... He thinks, I'm gonna get a sword eventually.
And I think it does depend on how late you are in the seed. If you're already deep into 9 when you find the book and you have, like, a couple rooms left, you probably just leave it there.
I'm sure, yeah. Although
Fury is now having to leave level,
and the wand isn't your only weapon too, but you know.
Yeah, he'll probably pick up a sword in about 20 seconds here.
Yeah.
Fury's back in level 2 with his keys.
Apparently the floor item in 7 was what was it? Oh,
we're getting an indication it was a heart.
No, it's fine.
Sword for Koper.
I did promise not to do it every single time, so I haven't done that.
We'll see if
Everybody
Koper goes
gets
back to
one.
That's right.
And one is enough for the...
thinking. Sorry, go ahead.
So Fury's in 2 now. Koper has up aid. We'll see what the block in 2 was on Fury's side that made Koper leave. It could just have been bombs. It could have been ladder. It could have been combat.
Looks like it was bombs. Which Fury somehow has 4 of. I didn't know he was allowed to get bomb drops.
No, only on Sundays.
Well, thanks for that.
jkoper is doing his Death Mountain exploration. Fury is inside of level 2, continuing to look for items. Anything to help him out with that blue wizard room in 7, probably.
Well, that's
there's silver arrows.
How about that?
That's not going to help with the whiz robes, but required find.
In general, it will help for sure.
One coat.
Help him take down these annoying Tektites in one hit. That's for good. That's for sure.
So now that's gonna bring an interesting question up for Fury. You have bow, you have silvers, you have recorder, and you have power bracelet. How much are you going to look for that ladder and that raft at this point versus just gamble that they're not required and go?
I'm wondering if and when he finds the wand, if he may think he's behind. Because it was, especially if he finds the wand and finds both hearts that are right next to it, where he thinks that jkoper may have had them very early, which he actually did. And that may think, oh, I'm behind, I better start, going faster, but better start skipping things. That may play into it.
Looks like Koper is going back to 1, so he may opt to go back to 2 himself here. This is going to be good for him if he does, as he is going to be able to pick up his silver arrows. Fury's opting to dig a little bit further. Can't say I blame him, just finds a heart. He can now pick up his wand once he gets this heart container.
I don't think has he seen the wand?
Yes.
Did he did? Okay. So that's good.
Were those staffles 5 or 6 HP?
Yeah, they took the silver arrows to the face like a champ.
Stalfos versus Mike Tyson. Who wins?
Stalfos, 100%. Confirming that 3 wand hits is also required to kill them, so they are as beefy as skeletons can be, I guess.
So now both runners are going to have that question of, okay, we have bow, we have silvers, we have power bracelet, we have recorder. How much time am I going to spend looking for more items versus just grabbing Triforces and running?
It's a tough decision for sure.
Now, they do know it's a second quest overworld, but that doesn't have any bearing on the number of raft spots, nor does it have any bearing on the ladder blocks. I don't recall if we saw any in levels 5 or 6 or 4.
Well, there are also the 2 ladder blocked spots on the river that are in second quest that could house levels. That could be part of a problem too.
I definitely think we'll see the runners opt not to look for the second, or jkoper's case, opt not to look for the second item in level 7. Fury's already seen it.
Oh,
Depending on how...
big
What's up?
secret, 69 rupees.
It is quite
Nice.
nice, although it is terrible.
Yeah. And
It
it's
was
also
so
in
nice
the second
we-
quest location of the big secret.
Yeah, it was so nice we saw it twice. So as far as levels we haven't seen yet, we haven't seen what, 4, 5, and 6? No, we saw 6, I think.
We've seen 6, we've seen 5, and we've seen 4. The only one I think we haven't
Oh,
seen at this
8.
point is 8.
Yeah, okay. Alright, calling 8 on
That
a ladder
actually-
spot?
No, I'm calling 8 on a raft spot.
Raft spot? Also
actually-
good choice.
I actually like your prediction of where a level was going to be, which is the raft coast spot.
Oh yeah, I still got that option too. I better not change my mind on that. So yes, no changing minds in the middle of the seed. Stick with your guns.
Although I do think, because the runners have, I believe both runners have seen 4, 5, and 6, I fully expect that neither runner will heavily dig 8 when they find it. They might dig 4. They may opt to dig level 5. Goper's thinking about if he wants this potion now or if he wants to save it for later.
It's not easily accessible. I would think he would grab it now. Although is he the one who accidentally used a potion in the previous seed?
I believe so.
Affirmative.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know if that's weighing on his mind at all. Probably not, but could
Fury
be
has
back of his mind.
to buy a potion.
Yeah, he actually picked up the letter, and he's the one with all the money too. And
I mean,
knowing
I
that he doesn't have to buy arrows or anything like that.
I wonder if he's gonna look for money for a blue ring for that room in level 7. Because that's really the big difference between the runners right now.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen a ring shop. I think we've seen at least one ring shop.
Yeah, 239 rupees.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't seen the very cheap, well-deserved bomb upgrade either. I would think he'll buy that as soon as he sees it too.
I think it depends on if he wants more offense or defense. Fury is the type of runner that will often prioritize defense if he believes it's going to give him an edge in the seed. So I would not be surprised to see a blue ring purchase from him. And I think if he sees that blue wizard room, he's probably thinking, okay, defense will be good in there because 8 bombs should be enough to take them out anyway. Whereas dying means you just waste the bombs that you've already spent.
Right. But we are quickly running out of spots to where this level 8 could be.
Now, I do believe there's still a couple power bracelet spots outstanding, including the one near start.
I'm also pretty sure they haven't checked the Dead Woods recorder spots as well, because they haven't been down there with the recorder yet.
Fury has.
Oh, has he? Oh, okay.
Yes. And it looked like there was nothing there as Fury kind of just left.
Aha.
Fury now is on 9 hearts, jkoper on 8. Not a big difference between the two. Fury can survive one more hit in general because of that extra heart if he's on full health. Koper is back in level 5.
That almost looks like Trogdor right there.
Yeah, it does. Or a microscope.
It's the lower portion of Trogdor before the S and more different S.
Yeah. How appropriate for this seed.
Find a staircase that is a transport. That is not surprising, as I am a firm believer of if level 5 has an early staircase, it's either the magic boomerang or it's a transport.
Yeah, we already saw the magic boomerang.
Fury has it proudly.
And here we're seeing one of the best uses of the Wand Book combo. It just absolutely destroys land molas faster than they can blink.
They can blink.
I was going to ask that.
I was waiting for you to ask that.
Now I'm supposed to be the secondary commentator here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I apologize for stealing it from right out under your mouth.
No. You're good.
Koper finds the triangular piece of cheese in level 5 and is going to pick it up.
Now, is that a Triforce pickup of, like, Triforce and Go mode? Because he had 2 more rooms to check in that top part of 5. Yeah, no, he's not even going back. I mean,
I think he's going to go ahead and make the gamble on looking at 5.
Yeah, I mean, if he can find 8 without another block, then that's probably the right move.
And also remember that he does have the recorder, so it's just a couple of toots for him to get back there, which makes gambling a whole lot less painful.
Sure does.
Yes, jkoper currently has a lead on Fury in terms of Triforce count, and in terms of dungeon exploration from having explored 5 and having crucially gotten that Triforce piece out of level 7, which is Blue Wizard blocked. But this is not a runaway lead that is like, oh, Koper just absolutely has a type of deal. This is still a tight race, and one item in one location that Fury finds that Koper doesn't could very easily swing this one way or the other.
And it remains to be seen which item that is. Whether it be raft or ladder or something else.
It could even be a blue ring. And to answer the question in chat, there is only one bait block that can be in shapes. The only time that you can have 2 bait blocks is if you have full second quest dungeons. Although I guess technically if you have mixed quests with second quest front half, first quest back half, you can also have 2 bait blocks there. Koper is now in level 4, and it is, well...
horribly, horribly segmented. In
Yes.
terms of space, in terms of space between the segments.
I'm pretty sure this is just your endgame of Tetris.
What was that jkoper just found? I missed it.
Heart container.
Gotta have heart.
Thank you.
Thank you for setting me up.
See what Koper finds as the other item in here. This other item coming up will be in a stair. If he decides to dig for it, that
He's
is a
not.
quick Triforce in level 4.
He's in Triforce and Go. Guarantee.
I don't know,
I will bet a heart container he does not go back in.
I don't know, that 4 was
Holy
pretty small.
hell, that's 6.
Oh my goodness.
That just looks like a bomb that is so big it doesn't actually fit in the window, so it's just like you see the corner of it.
I'm counting the rooms of this one. 16, 26, 36, 39 rooms. My math is correct. That's
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's if some enemies are beefy, that's a beefy level 6.
You know, I don't think this is a 6 that either runner is really going to want to get the items out of.
Which means it'll have the ladder and the raft. Spoilers.
And both will be required.
Yes, right. You need to find the ladder first. Or no, I guess that doesn't work for the raft. Never mind.
I mean,
I'm really going. I'm going deep down the rabbit hole in this one.
you need to find the ladder first, then you need to leave level 8. Take the any roads 3 times, come back, and then the raft will spawn in the entrance room.
Toot the whistle 3 times to the left, and then 1 to the right, and then you wonder where you are.
Oh, and don't forget the part where you have to roll the map 8 times beforehand.
And in Fury's case, also add a Wizro beam straight to the back, sending him back to start.
I'm dizzy.
We all are, really.
You know, we might actually be raft or ladder blocked here.
Yeah, jkoper is fast running out of spots to check.
But again, he does have that recorder, so he can get back to 4 and 5 relatively quickly once he's checked all of his spots.
Absolutely.
I will be surprised if he decides to dig this 6. Given his attitude up to this point is to digging dungeons.
Of course, for all we know, the Triforce is all the way in the top portion of 6, so you may have to dig it just to find the Triforce.
You know, if the
Maybe
Wizard
one of those force digs for items.
You know, if the Wizard beams are Wi-Fi, are they 5G?
By now, I'd hope so. We'll have to ask if Fred upgraded them. I also wonder if keys will ever start to be a problem, because they really haven't ever had their key count above 2 or 3. And I'm waiting for the gigantic, massive key doors somewhere, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's going to be an 8. It's going to be like 8 is going to be one of those dungeons that's like really snake-like and somehow really linear. And because of that, you're just going to end up spending about 6 keys to get in.
Sounds like a plan. I like it.
Both runners are going in different directions. There is a Guerrilla that has requested a copy of the script that is a bait block.
A script made of meat? Ugh.
Hey, look. Maybe somebody decided to write the script out and bake it, okay?
Maybe it's a script for a meat-related movie.
It's actually just a recipe for a meat lover's pizza.
That sounds really good right now. I definitely should have eaten for this race. Now I'm hungry.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Both runners are now just making their way through very different portions of this level 6. Cooper up in the north, Fury down in the south. Fury is going to find an item. It's a heart.
Chest jerk.
Gotta have heart.
Thank you.
I mean, that was the perfect setup for it.
Was. The timing was impeccable. Alright, let's see if my other guess is right, where the Triforce is all the way in this upper appendage of level 6. Oh,
well, based on Fury's compass grab, it is up there.
Oh, yeah, see that?
jkoper's in.
Cooper's gonna find...
I totally didn't see that before I made that comment.
Cooper has found...
Which is very embarrassing, because it's right there.
The Fury knows that this is a heart, and the floor item in 7 is a heart. Cooper does not know either of those two things. This is a ladder block Triforce.
Ooh. Well then. There's a wrinkle for you. Yeah, there's a thumbs up from jkoper. He understands.
He approves.
And
And
our
it's just
container is the
heart.
other item in 6.
Gotta have heart.
So, now... this kind of swings a little bit in Fury's favor. And the smidge it swings in Fury's favor is that he has to do 4 and 5 anyway. Those are redigs for Cooper. And Cooper may spend quite a while in this level 6 looking for this double heart.
Although, as you mentioned, because he has the recorder, getting back to 4 and 5 really isn't that big of a problem. So the fact that because he spent so little time in them already, getting the Triforces. So it's not a big time sink if he hasn't spent much time on there anyway.
Fury also doesn't know that this Triforce is ladder blocked yet.
That's true. But he knows where it is. It's gotta count for something.
It does. And it counts for knowledge when he comes back. It'll be interesting that both runners are going to be on the same amount of hearts now.
Yeah.
Assuming Cooper picks up both hearts, he may leave them.
Yeah. Such a healthy seed. My kind of seed.
did not like that death.
Wizrobe. Why don't you, Wizrobe, move out of the way?
Cooper has found the bait block, but from the back.
Interesting. He looked like I guess you can't go back up if you come in that room from the top.
I believe if you go past a certain point through the doorway, you can't go back up.
That's it. I did not know that. See, I learned something new about this. I did not know that.
Good move there by jkoper using the Wizrobe hit, which is only 1 heart, as opposed to standing in line for the Wi-Fi, which was 4 hearts.
Yeah, that was a good survival tactic.
That is something you'll often see a lot of the runners do when they're on lower defenses, or even just in general. Try to minimize the amount of damage they take by choosing which enemies to get hit by. In some cases, even running into their own candle fire, because that only deals half a heart of damage.
Yeah, candle boosting can be very, very, especially on the overworld, and with some tight corridors, very useful to get through high damage areas, especially with like Lionels and if Wizrobes are on the overworld.
There's just one slight problem in some seeds. If you turn on that one-hit knockout flag, you kind of can't.
Yeah, nah, don't recommend that. Also, don't recommend using your flute too often, because it can just drop you on an enemy and you die.
Yes.
Always fun.
Fury's found and is disappointed
He's found
with
the ladder
block.
block. Yep. That's the look of a man who decides, who's now thinking, I should probably find the ladder now.
Also of note, we were talking about the key counts earlier. jkoper's up to 5, Fury's down to 0.
Yeah. Apparently, jkoper has dug the correct portion of level 6 to find some keys.
Now he just needs to find that last floor item that we know it's not going to help him, but as far as he knows, it's the ladder.
So post your guesses in chat now. So what is blocking level 8? So there's ladder or raft or neither, and they just have skipped the overworld spot. And no one has noticed.
I'm going to say raft.
I have to stick with raft too. That was my first guess. Although I guessed A level on a raft spot, not specific level 8, so I'm not sure if that's valid or not.
It is.
Is
Like,
it? Good.
You
Then
went
I'm gonna
for the
stick
general. If you,
Perfect.
although you don't get the bonus points for calling which level it is.
Ah, man. Can I change my guess?
Unfortunately, you can do so at a 75% point penalty.
Well, I might as well just stick with it then, now. I ain't paying the penalty.
Sorry, there's rules.
Them's the rules. Rules get you every time.
jkoper is nearing in on his floor drop here in level 6. Fury has picked up his 12th heart container. He may go for the magic sword here. That could prompt him to go back to 7 and would potentially swing this race a little bit more towards him, as he will have faster combat than jkoper will as a whole.
Indeed. Gotta have mags.
Where was the magical sword again?
It was in the
I would say it
potion
was
shop
the
in the
yellow
Deadwoods area, near Stark. They found it very, very early in their early exploration. jkoper has excellent coverage of this level 6. Sadly, not the right coverage. He needs better Wi-Fi.
I mean, there's plenty of it in here. Fury is now in the first stair of level 4, getting his heart.
Gotta
not
have
too thrilled
heart.
about that.
I like it.
He is up to 13
Chat.
though.
He is. That is an 80% chance of picking up the magical sword.
And the more time jkoper is spending here in 6, the more time that's giving Fury to find this ladder first. Although he still has to get the Triforces out of 5 and 7. And as we know, 7 Triforce is not easy.
But it will be significantly easier with a magical sword, for sure.
jkoper is checking his item menu. He doesn't know if he got the floor drop or not. We know he didn't.
He's thinking, I have 4 rooms left, and they're all spread out. How is this possible? And this room has many angry blue Wizrobes in it. I don't understand that move.
Probably was trying to get as many wisdoms as he could under the thing.
I guess, but with no ring though. I mean, there's got to be a better use of a double potion than this. I mean, not to.
Well, as far as he knows, this is where the four-drop is, and this could be the ladder.
Yeah, although I mean, not take anything away from jkoper's combat skills.
Oh yeah.
That seems a tall order even for the best.
Takes a death. We'll see if he keeps going, or if he decides, you know what, enough's enough. I can come back later. I have recorder, even though it's harder to recorder here. Looks like he's thinking about it. He's leaving.
Yeah. I think
we know that this is the. Yeah, this is ultimately the move he wants to make. Although he might just be looking to get bombs out here and then go back in.
Possibly.
Did you see what Fury just bought?
He bought a key. Not a bad.
You know,
move
I'm not
with
surprised.
keys.
Yeah. Looks like jkoper is not going to bomb farm. He is whistling away.
Yeah, you got a pack of 4. That's good.
Not enough to kill 6 Wizrobes, but still good.
Well, to be fair, he might be thinking, okay, well, I'll just get these bombs and I'll go to a different level and I'll come back to 6 if I have to, because that's a lot of combat. Whereas 4 is tiny.
This is true.
Speaking of 4.
There you go. On cue, even.
I don't think jkoper goes back to that blue Wizorb room until he figures he has to.
All right, mags check. Here we go.
14 guaranteed.
We get up at 13?
It was
he's
tough.
at 14. I thought he was at 13. Suddenly, some 15 hard magical sword.
You didn't notice it because I didn't say anything. See what happens when I say it too
one
often,
part.
when I don't say it? You have no idea. You're so confused.
Exactly. I've gotten used to you saying it.
All I have to say is mwahaha.
Thank you, Waluigi.
Fury is
So, how big of an advantage will this mags be?
we're about to find
That
out.
is
If
the
both runners are about to be in level 5 at the same time. One with wooden sword, one with magical sword.
Or not. Or maybe. Or not. Or maybe.
I don't know
please.
if jkoper saw the floor item in 4, or if he just figures, you know what, I'm just going to go to 5 anyway, because he did see quite a bit of this
did.
5.
He went into 4 and found an empty staircase, so I think he may have gotten confused somewhere.
He did get the heart container up on the north.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that value of the magic sword is slightly diminished by sheer virtue of both runners have the wand. However, it still allows you to wand sword glitch really well. jkoper now is going to have to leave a heart. Probably is annoyed, but not ultimately going to be upset about it.
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
You can't lose a heart.
Oh, wow!
Oh, well, I guess that's
You gotta
okay,
lose
then.
a heart to get a ladder.
That's actually huge, because Fury's seen that room very early on, but did not have a weapon to clear it.
Wow.
And if he thinks he's already cleared that room because it's on his map, as already shown, he's gonna full clear this 5 looking for that ladder. So if you're in the camp of wanting to see a game 3, you actually want to see Raft in 5, and you want to see Raft be required.
Yeah, you want to see these river checks to have absolutely nothing.
If you're in the jkoper camp, you want these river spots to have level 8 and, I don't know, something.
And more money. Or maybe a bomb shop.
Yeah, bomb shop would be good. Let's see, the first one is just 26 rupees.
Alright, we're 1 for 2.
And the second one coming up.
It is,
Not
Hey,
vanilla.
I believe,
Well, that could be more money.
that
If
could
you're
be.
lucky.
So now the question is, okay, so if Raft is required, it's got to be in 5.
Yeah, we've cleared everything else, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Fury's going back into 5, gonna look for his ladder. We'll
Good
see if
move.
he also bails. jkoper's going back to 6.
Well, he's He
Well,
does have
has
he does
to, anyway.
he does have 2 bombs now.
He also
And
does have
Fury didn't forget.
All right,
Fury's about to pick up his ladder. Koper does have to get the Triforce out of here, which is kind of important.
it is.
But we'll see if he keeps digging for the item or not. Fury, very unhappy with that ladder location.
Yes, that is.
And he is also
yeah.
leaving. We can see both runners going back to 5. Koper's actually, I believe, on the way to pick up his floor drop in this 6, so this will be good for him. Fury's also 1 heart away from the maximum. Fury's taking a little bit of a different path here.
He still has candle row spots? Huh. Interesting.
See, Koper is now going to grab his Triforce. I don't recall if he's seen the floor drop in here yet. But he's now 1 Triforce away from being eligible to enter level 9. And Fury gets bopped and has to re-whistle.
Jeez. That's so rude.
And as a member of chat is saying, it's going to come down to whoever finishes first.
I don't believe it. You mean we're going by fastest time? What kind of a metric is that?
I thought we were going by most hearts here.
I mean, that's what I thought. I think I may need to rethink my whole strategy.
Koper is heading over towards this recorder spot. Fury is back in level 7, probably to tackle that blue wizard room.
I'm probably wishing he had refilled his hearts first.
Yeah, maybe. Also, there's a Goma with a map.
Of course.
Of course.
And immediate death.
But he did kill the Goma, if nothing else.
Koper may actually be the first runner to realize that it's raft blocked. Because I don't recall Koper
I think
having much else.
we only know that, I think, just between the 2 of them, they've checked all the spots.
But
Each of them individually has not checked them all.
But the real question is going to be...
Potion.
So the real question is...
That's
what's
a good
Jester's
potion use. Oh yeah, of course. Now he clears the entire room and doesn't take another hit, and then wonders why he wasted the potion use. Of course.
Well, that's how it always...
time. Well, no, he didn't save any time.
Well, look, that's how it always works.
Yeah,
Whenever...
It gives you that... The drinking gives you the feeling of invincibility.
Oh, heck, even sometimes just having it in the back pocket when you didn't have it before is enough. Koper's back in 5.
And I think Fury's heading back for 6. He's going to check the ladder spots here and then go back into 6.
He's probably going to be annoyed when he sees that there is no level 8 here. You know, the seat has not been as nice to the runners this time.
Not really, no.
And a Deck Dogger sighting in level 5. Fury gets the bad news. This is not level 8.
It's possible this was a ladder blocked item as well. All these rivers in the middle of level 5.
It could well be. There's nothing saying it can't be. Fury's headed back to 6 to get his Triforce. He's already gotten both items out of here. And again, in level 9, we'll see what the difference that sword makes. But remember, Koper also has a 14 bomb maximum.
There it is. As advertised.
Raft in level 5. And now the ultimate question. It is a coin flip on if Jester correctly predicted the location of level 8.
Come on, Coast. You can do it.
You remember the part where you said, okay, so they have to get the ladder and then they have to leave the level and then come back to get the raft?
I was close. I had the right idea.
Level 8 is at Vanilla 4. Chessburg is not the winner today.
Man. Lost again. No more points in the game. Never again. I'm sad.
Fortunately,
Now I want
however,
to know what's on the coast. I want to know what's on the coast spot now. What are we missing? I guess another door repair.
Probably a door repair, yeah.
Nah.
However, because you did correctly predict the item, we're going to give you 50% of the points you would have gotten otherwise.
Aww. That's sweet of you.
We're going to pay you in heart containers.
I'll take them. Gotta have heart. Oh yes, by the way, this is a very interesting level 8 map. I'm seeing one of the monsters in Bubble Bobble for the NES.
That's actually a good answer.
I like that's what I see here.
You know what I see in this map? I see E.T. from the Atari 2600.
That was my second guess. I see that also. Ooh, Dig Dug Enemy? That's a good guess too. I like that also.
Yes. Keep the guesses rolling, folks.
We always play Name That Inkblot here.
Well,
and a red ring.
Ooh.
That actually really helps to nullify the advantage that Fury has for now. Fury having that magic sword.
Yeah. Quadrupling your defense.
jkoper will. The question is it going to be Wizrobes in level 9? Because if it is not Wizrobes in level 9, that magic sword loses some, but not all of its value for Fury.
True, although I can't remember how many Wizrobe dungeons we've seen so far. I've not been keeping track. But it's been we've seen at least 2 already.
And
oh, by the way, the Annie just like that. Just like that, all the defense and all the keys. Yeah. If only you'd found the raft about half an hour ago.
I wonder if White Sword is in here too. Oh my goodness, it is!
Perfect.
Well, now that magic sword, okay. Level 8 is just stacked.
You know, except for the whole being laughed and ladder block thing. But you know, whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, look, if all the treasures are going to be in this one dungeon, you have to put some effort in to get to it, okay?
Somebody had a lot of thinking about the security features, so they did a good job.
Hey, Ganon was
spend 67 minutes to get all this stuff.
Look, Ganon was trying, man. He said, "Okay, you know what? This guy, this Trogdor dragon, keeps showing up. He keeps taking my triangles. He keeps killing me. I'm just gonna put all the combat items that he wants in the level that's heavily blocked."
And it almost worked, except for those dang kids.
And the pack of hot dogs on the floor in 5.
You stole my comment again, Chester.
I've been listening to you do commentary too long, Rick. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm anticipating all of your moves.
Where's the Sonic animated series when you need it?
Never close enough.
You may know everything. You may know everything I'm going to do, but that's because I know everything you're going to do.
Oh man, so where's this Triforce in level 8?
Well,
clearly it's going to be all the way on the left.
jkoper hasn't. It's one of these rooms that jkoper hasn't cleared yet.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's not going to be in a room that is a black square on the map.
all these, you know, high variance guesses. Amazing. So we know it's not in a room he's cleared yet, and no, it's not in a room that's not on the map. Really bold predictions there, I will say.
There's actually just a second Triforce beast in level 7.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that was my guess. Okay, it will definitely be in level 8. How about that? Somewhere in level 8. Somewhere in level 8 will be level 8's Triforce.
What if it's in level 10?
My last bold
level 10
prediction
with
for
the
this
book
team.
from last seed?
Now's the time for the runners to find the hint that says find a Triforce piece in level 7.
If that comes in like 2 rooms from now, I don't even know what I'll think.
For what it's worth, in spite of jkoper having all of the combat, Fury is on his way there, and all of the combat is on the way to the Triforce in 8, so they'll be relatively even.
He'll be thinking, why didn't I have all this stuff half an hour ago? I could have used it all then.
Here's the Triforce for jkoper.
I'm thinking he's headed to level 9. as fast as possible.
And level 9 was, where was it?
They found it pretty early. I'm thinking forest area? Burn bush?
We have a guess of 22, so I guess we're now going to do a guessing game for how many rooms of level 9 the runners will see.
Meanwhile, jkoper is fighting with the raft. I can't get off the island! Let me off the island!
You know, sometimes I wonder if the raft is made out of flubber.
Makes sense. It is amazing that they found level 9 so long ago. I honestly have no idea where it was.
That's okay, because I don't remember either.
I think it was in the forest area. That's my guess as to what happened 55 minutes ago.
jkoper seems to know where it is because he has a direction he's headed.
Trogdor looks determined. Oh yeah, it was right here next to the vanilla 100 Secret Reverse Quest. That's where it was.
Ah.
See, I knew where it was. My memory's fine. Oh yeah, it's missing an entire column. Okay, so it's 7 rooms missing.
To the,
also a column missing.
Welcome to the small Swiss cheese level 9. Guess you could call it baby Swiss.
Oh, you could, or you just did. So how does the saying go? We're looking for a door and a roar. I think that's how they say it. The kids nowadays.
Well, this is a roar, but that's not the right roar that we're looking for.
No. Huh. I've never seen my hand drop a heart before. Interesting.
Well, Manhandla is in the life drop group. Just everybody tries to force bombs on Manhandla, and then they kill him too cleanly.
I guess we're playing vanilla again.
Same here.
Yeah. So, silver arrows in reverse C, right?
Apparently not.
Yeah, maybe they'll be the gold arrows.
I hope they find the
light
wood.
arrow.
I hope they find the wooden boomerang myself.
We haven't even seen that tonight.
No. Oh, yeah, that's true. They have a bunch of stuff they haven't found yet, so. Or a bunch of places it could be. Not necessarily 9.
I mean, actually, hold on a second. We've seen just about every item in the seed. One boomerang, I think, has to be a 9.
Well, we found a shutter door that doesn't open.
That seems to be the location of a one Miss Zelda. I don't know her last name. Does she canonically have a surname?
There's her room.
Check her desk. See if she has any correspondence with her name on it.
Look, Zelda tried to escape. She just happened to go the wrong way.
She only made it 2 rooms away.
She said, I'm as close. I'll just stay here forever.
Well, at least she didn't give it the Pepto Pink makeover while she was here. She gave it this nice ice blue.
So you're saying she's... Nah, I won't go. Okay, fine. She's Elsa. It's
Okay,
canon
that's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
I thought we were going to be DMCA'd for a moment here.
No. We can in a moment. If you want me to start singing, I will.
No. We have one more day
No,
of
wait,
SpeedGaming Live, but we need to get through.
Now, hold on. Are we talking
We're so close.
Vanilla Ice, or are we talking Foreigner?
Foreigner.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I like Rick's answer.
That is a good one.
I heard what maybe was a glitched roar.
Those happen every so often. The Manhandla, Patra, Digdogger roar tends to glitch out with Ganon's roar.
But it's not this case, no.
I believe that the Dongo and Goma Roar can also do it, and then the Aquaman and Squeak Roar is the exact same, so you just never tell.
That's certainly an interesting path through level 9.
You saw the sprite limit affect jkoper a little bit there. If there's too many sprites on the screen, you can't actually walk across the ladder.
Very annoying, especially when you're trying to get a coast item. And there's 8 gorillas shooting boomerangs everywhere.
Yes.
Had that happen.
And it's a red ring.
Yeah, right. Just want to get my defense.
I just want to survive all of the gorillas throwing the crap at me.
Oh, shoot.
jkoper looking for some bomb walls in this level 9. I'm kind of surprised at how restrictive on the movement this 9 has been, given that it's relatively an open floor plan.
Yeah. There's been many walls that have not been breaking. Which is pretty standard for level 9 in my experience. Made of titanium alloy. Cannot bomb it.
Well, if it's made out of titanium, I think we just get a battering ram and knock the walls down that way.
Oh, cool. Are they going to add one to the randomizer? That'd be amazing.
That actually would be a very interesting option. Magical Sword opens bomb walls.
I'm down for that.
It would work for me, because I get mags almost every single time.
It would certainly increase the value of the hearts.
Indeed. Not enough
know
people,
how you...
people need more heart, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know how you are with hearts.
Oh, yes.
Folks are telling us in the chat that there's this thing called a boomstick. I'm not familiar with this piece of technology.
It's for advanced players
references.
only. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, speaking of song references.
Yes. I like big bleeps. I cannot lie. Excuse me.
We're being asked
promise not to try rapping again. Sorry.
We are being asked if people know about Betamax now.
The only thing I can think of is that scene from The Simpsons. Oh no, Beta.
Here's a Ganon roar.
That's a Ganon roar if I've ever heard one.
Here's a Gan on.
Potion at the ready. May not need it. Nope. Nope, we'll need it.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Just wanted a hug. Or 2.
Much better potion usage than in the first game.
With that silver arrow, Gan on is now Gan off.
Ha! I see what you did there.
No. Nope.
It's getting late.
It is.
It's almost time for bed.
Or, for our European watchers, it is very early in the morning.
Yes. Good morning to all you European watchers out there. Of course, what can I say? This is nowhere near as late as the previous race I commentated that had jkoper in it, which started around 1 a.m. my time.
This is nothing
This
like
will be
the
nowhere
finals.
near as long as that one.
This is nothing like the finals at the SG Live 2019 that went on until 3:30 in the morning.
Ooh.
You see, I was not there for that because I happened to be one of these locals.
Yeah.
So I tried to get everybody to go to the good bagel shops, but, well, I didn't offer any bagels as sampling, so.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a lot.
That's so sad.
Anyways, there it is. As jkoper has saved the Princess Zelda, and we can tell you now that Fury ended up not finishing this seed, and his OBS crashed. That's why his stream froze. So jkoper has won the tournament.
GG to jkoper.
Taking the 2-0 sweep.
So we'll get both of them in here, and we'll go ahead and wrap things up. I'll let you two go ahead and do the interview while we prepare our statements as far as SpeedGaming is concerned.
Do we need to get them links to the Discord? Or are there links?
Well, it sounds like we do have a jkoper here in the booth with us. GG's, and congratulations on being the champion of the 2020 SG Live tournament, sir.
Hey, thank you. Feels pretty good.
I personally feel vindicated losing to the champion, so there's that.
Hey, Fury, GG. You there?
I think Fury's got his mic muted.
Yep.
Fury, can you hear us? Barely?
Yes, I can.
Oh, there we go.
I can hear him.
There we go.
Yes, GG to both of you.
I can
Very,
hear him a second
very
ago.
interesting race. Yes.
Yep. Well, that's a fitting way to exit this tournament. I crashed basically out of everything, including OBS, so sorry for whatever happened on stream there at the end. It was me clicking stop recording and OBS saying I'm stop doing.
Yeah, we lost you around 10 minutes prior to jkoper finishing or so.
Yep, what you missed was I went left, fought Ganon immediately, and then proceeded not to find Zelda for the remaining time. So wherever you dropped off at, I had to go back to get the raft and go to 8. Then
Yeah.
do the things.
I did call a block on a raft, sorry, a level on a raft spot before the race started, but I guessed the wrong raft spot, so my guess was invalid. So sorry about that.
And speaking of level 8, that level 8 was stacked in terms of items.
Yeah, it had the white sword, which at that point was of no use since I found all of the heart containers, and I guess the red ring. I don't know. Oh, the Innie key, right?
Yep. Oh, and I'm sorry, jkoper, that the winner of the race is actually the one with the most hearts. I don't know if anyone told you that, so Fury actually wins this race. Sorry.
That's fair. He clearly covered more items than I did, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
He had a
I would
100% chance
certainly
of
trade-
picking up mags, so he was good.
I would certainly trade about 6 or 7 hearts for a pack of bombs in the first 5 minutes, because I think that both races tonight I did not get optimal good fortune early. Game 1 would not have mattered for what's worth. I think I left the bow in 6, and I had like 6 spots left to check for items. That would have been the last place I would have went, so jkoper beat me basically by a country mile on that one, and then Game 2, who knows? I may have found Zelda before he finished if I got a bomb pack, but I also might not have, so it's a good game, well played, and jkoper beat me pretty good.
One of the other things in this siege, especially, was that he found he picked up the white sword wand much earlier because there were 2 heart containers, take any heart containers right nearby. So he had the wand much earlier than you did, and that combat advantage, I believe, caused some of the lead that we saw in the race.
And it seemed to be also in game number 1 that the early getting into level 1 and getting the wand out of there was a big part of how that first game played out as well.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with Fury not getting a bomb drop, though, because one
Yeah.
was bomb blocked immediately next to where the sword and everything was, so...
And I think what really went down there is the fact that Fury had to kill the P hat that was in his way where the wood sword was in game number 1, whereas it played nice. So therefore, when you got your sword, you were still on 0 on your global counter, and Fury, unfortunately, was at 1.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
We're being asked to ask Fury a specific question about his key purchase in Game 1 when he had the Innie key.
Yeah, I know about that. We won't talk about that.
He up A retried. It never happened. Don't worry.
Pretty much. I saw. So my strategy usually in this is grab a key, go look for one, hope that the one key is enough to get me through level 1 without having to exit because of key blocks, and maybe gets me a good item, a Triforce, and gets me an early lead. Didn't really think about the fact that I had picked up the indie key, so one of those where you're just like, oh, that's my normal plan of attack, and I didn't need that normal plan of attack this time, so obviously retried out of it after that since I didn't find anything up in the graveyard and it didn't really hurt me at all.
So your strategy is getting infinity +1 keys. I like it.
Yep.
Well, you know what they say, the infinity +1 weapon or key or sword is always the one that unlocks something.
Or so you hope.
I never said what it unlocks, I just said it unlocks something. It might unlock a birthday cake.
The secrets of the universe, maybe.
Oh, we already know that's 42. Wait, no, that's mini life.
So it's infinity +42 keys? Or now you're confusing me.
I mean, if you have the money to buy 42 keys at a seed.
That's a lot of money.
In any case.
Well, in any case, I do want to say a few things here officially on behalf of the tournament here. Congratulations to jkoper on the behalf of SpeedGaming. Congratulations to jkoper for winning the tournament, and GG's to Fury on getting second place. And congratulations on being able to take some of the money here from the pool. And thank you to everyone who ended up participating in this. We had a lot of fun, didn't we?
And thank you, Rick, for helping organize all of this mess.
Seconded.
Yep,
So, with that being said, I do want to thank a few other people here. I want to thank the commentators who helped out with the providing their splendid voices for the several matches that we ended up restreaming of this, and those who provided tracking as well. I mean, also Chestrick in this one, Fred in the first game, Trenton and Duo here with tracking front. Also, special thanks to Dark Moon, who ended up providing us with the restream layouts that you see on your screen right now. Din and the Racetime.gg staff, Cat and the Warp World team, as well as the Crowd Control team, and Botmaster Sinak, who, you know, worked his heart off for this entire tournament with the amount of work that he put in the bots and the rolling of the seeds. Also, shout outs to Krim and TGE, who helped us behind the scenes with administering the tournament, along with a little bit of help with Fred. And of course, with Fiesel, JC, Might Me, Trenton, and few other people here. Gold ticket sponsor here, Fred helped out with that, and we had the top donors that we need to go ahead and shout out. And the first one, I think Chestrick knows them, Elsarek.
Yes. My
Also
brother.
Sean,
The Marble Master.
absolutely. Also Sean Webster and anonymous donators as well. Special thanks once again to Dark Moon, who helped to create the t-shirts in addition to the layouts. Draweth, who, if you looked at the bottom of the screen, provided some of the perlers that you are using, or we're using as incentives for the donations towards the 2021 tournaments. Glass seats for the background music that you're hearing behind me right now. And for everybody for watching this. I mean, we have nearly 2,000 watching us right now on SpeedGaming. It's been a fantastic ride, and, you know, once again, congratulations, jkoper, and congratulations, Fury.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is, like I said, this means a whole lot to me. Really appreciate SpeedGaming for putting on the tournament, and everyone who participated, who commentated, tracked, helped to administer it, and everyone who watched, of course. I don't know why I put that D in there. Anyway, yeah, thank you all so much, and looking forward to whatever comes next, I guess.
As far as the Zelda 1 community is concerned, the 2021 tournament won't be that far away. I know Krim and the rest of the team will be working hard on getting those put together in the very near future. Also want to shout out our semifinalists who will be receiving a part of the money pool that we have here for this tournament. Bogey and Eat My Steel, which will be taking the semifinalist share of the money. So GG's to everybody.
And again, GG's to you, Rick.
Absolutely.
For not playing, but for spending the time to put this all together. Thank you very much.
It's been quite a ride here over the past 7 days. I know Ms. Metroid can share the sentiments with me and how much this week has been for us so far, but we have one more day of this coming up. And tomorrow is going to be a doozy. We've got the Ocarina of Time finals coming up tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We have the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer finals coming up tomorrow at about 12:05 Eastern, going a little earlier in the day. We have the Link to the Past Randomizer finals at 6 o'clock Eastern, and the Super Metroid 80% finals at 9 o'clock, and the Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer to wrap up Speed Gaming Live 2020 tomorrow night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern. What a day tomorrow's going to be.
That's quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So with that, let's go ahead and wrap things up for here. Coming up next year on Speed Gaming, we're going to have some of the stuff that we had recorded over the course of today. We're going to go ahead and play that back for you to watch. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, for Elso and Chester, for jkoper and FurySK, for everyone who's worked out behind the scenes here, I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you for joining us here on Speed Gaming, and we'll see you again for the final day of Speed Gaming Live tomorrow. Have a good night.